ต่อ
โ
Hello, Internet! We have returned for another episode of Tales from the Yawning Portal here on the Praetors Rejects Twitch channel. I believe we got most of the technical issues that were giving us issues and problems fixed. Hopefully, we'll see. Around the little circle you see on the screen are my players. I will go ahead and let them introduce themselves real quickly in no particular order, and then we'll pick up where we left off because there's a lot of talking amongst characters and things that need to be said and done. So somebody kick it off, please.
I'll go. Hi, everybody. I'm Mandy. I also DM here on the channel on Fridays, but not tomorrow, Friday. I'm an artist. You can find me all over the internet at the Mandy. Seriously, just Google me. It's so easy to find my work. And I am playing Clipper, the Kenku Grave Cleric.
Hi everyone, I'm Sam, or Lone Wolf. I play Rowan, the Tempest Cleric slash Storm Sorcerer.
I'm Alex, a Goblin Ranger, but also something else later on.
Hello, my name is Caleb. I play Inquisitor Enoch Bertold, the human paladin of Helm.
Hello, I'm Loco. I'm Loco 1956 in chat. I am playing a rogue of types named, what's his name? Yeah, Judas.
Hello world, my name is Huxley, and tonight I am bringing a bit of an ensemble cast. I'm playing Zosimos Becky, Paladin of Helm from the distant land of Chult, and I am also tonight playing Visman Sirgador, an artificer of ill repute.
Not much of an exaggeration there.
Nope.
And I am Jeff, also known as Kingbashman here on the channel and in the chat. I am the... Somebody's mic is keying up. There we go. I am the dungeon master for this crazy adventure full of shenaniganry, honk. And yeah, who wants to do a quick recap of the last session? Because I know somebody here had work-related things that prevented them from being here, and yeah.
I think we should have Ben describe the session.
Yeah, the one person that missed. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and give us a recap, person that wasn't here.
I paid close attention to the last session, so I can do the recap.
Oh my god. Of course
I mean,
you can.
if you want to.
Nice.
So,
Do it.
when last we left our intrepid heroes, they were in the clutches of battle. Zosimos Becky, having assembled a team of avenging heroes that they did not give themselves a name of the group, although there seems to be an obvious name floating around. But anyway, so she gathered this group of people together because she had not heard from her friends in a long time, and no one had come back from White Plume Mountain in several weeks. So she gathered this group of people together and stormed the mountain, and along the way found that they had that her team had lost some people. And so with all haste, they made their way back into the mountain, and eventually they found their way to the inverted ziggurat, where a battle had taken place previously. And the last thing I did as Zosa was I kicked the door in and was immediately assaulted by none other than Sir Bluto, an seemingly evil warrior, and two of his henchmen who survived and committed a total party kill of sorts on the previous party. And then this ferocious battle ensued where Bluto outright devastated the party. It was a real struggle. I had a lot of fun watching it. There was a lot of twists and turns. There was yet another vicious character death, and there could have been several more, but through some quick thinking and guile, and one super awesome, super lucky crit at the very end of the battle. Mr. Bluto was laid to waste, and this new party survived. And then things get a bit hazy because we're actually going to be modifying what happens next. A little bit. I'm not going to go crazy, but there are a couple things that Zosa wants to say and do that didn't happen because I wasn't here. But
Go for it.
party members were reunited with each other, and some memorial services were held. A resurrection was committed. And some really cool stuff. You guys feel free to chime in.
Nail on the head.
Yeah.
The only thing Clipper would have to add to that is that Clipper found a magical key that opened a mysterious door in the wall of the room that they are having their long rest in, and so this particular weird Kenku is very insistent that the party explore that.
Also found a note on Band-Aid's body
Yeah,
that told us what to do with his remains.
and made us cry as per usual.
Yeah.
Very good, very cool. Very sad to see him go. His story had yet to be told. Yeah, so that's the recap, as best as I can give it.
All right. Then in that case, we will pick up after you all have received a long rest. And at that particular point, everybody will pretty much be gathered around in that room, and cue any RP that you all want to do before traversing the rest of this volcanic dungeon.
So much our penis.
So I have a little bit of RPness that I need to get out of the way. The interaction between Zosa and Vismund is not friendly. The first time Vismund stands up, he's rubbing his wrists, apprising the party. I remember that Clipper went into the room and cast some healing and unleashed them from their fetters. Vismund apprises the party, and he's been shackled and chained and just barely coming to. I'm guessing they knocked him out shortly after Urkaz, used his magic and burned himself to death. Because Vismund issued this intimidating threat of "You're next." And Sir Bluto walked up and had said, "We'll see about that." And we didn't get to see what happened next, but we saw him pull out this intimidating black sword. And I imagine they just knocked the crap out of Vismund and knocked him unconscious. So that's part of why he didn't participate in the battle, because he was just KO'd. So he's all beat up, he's bloody and bruised, teeth loose, still in the shining armor of Yenia Arca, which is still his arcane armor, and that's why they couldn't remove it. It was enchanted to remain fast to his body. And he stands up and he's saying, "So you are the ones who are coming to save me and my friends, my new friends." And if he hasn't already healed himself up, he'll cast a cure spell to heal himself up. He'll activate his defensive shield, give himself 5 temporary hit points. And he'll ask, "Well, how did the battle go? And where is everybody else?" Because I'm guessing we were still in the room. Zosa was outside. And while Vismund's coming to, Zosa is staring at the body of this cat person. And she tried healing it, and it didn't work. She sacrificed her action in battle to try to bring him back into the fight, and it failed. And so she was left in a very desperate position, which she barely escaped from. And she goes back over and she's examining the wounds, checking for a pulse. And did you guys try to resurrect him as well?
We don't
I-
have.
No, I think Clipper, when we're talking about, oh my gosh, what was the Tabaxi's name again?
Burden of Chains.
Burden. I think when Zosa had tried to get Burden up, Clipper had been able to intuit that he could not be raised again because he got killed with Black Razor.
Well, you casted Revivify on Sam's character,
Yes.
and we didn't have the means of doing it to my character, or Burden. I don't think
So-
we understood the whole purpose of what happens when Black Razor kills somebody.
I agree. What I was going to say was that you guys maybe this wasn't like role played per se, but like you guys had to make a decision because the Revivify spell, you can only cast it within 1 minute. So like
Yeah.
they're so far apart that you guys, the only one person could cast the spell, and the decision was made to save the Inquisitor's brother rather than the Tabaxi. As unfortunate a situation as that was, and we probably don't even know that the Revivify wouldn't work on the Tabaxi, but luckily
True.
you made the right choice and ran over to the person who could be resurrected. I can only imagine if you guys had stayed in initiative order and run over to the Tabaxi and tried to use it and then realizing it wouldn't work, if you would have gotten over to Rowan in time to save him. So
That's
you
true.
guys really don't realize how close to permadeath Rowan was. So,
Yeah.
and the best part is we don't really know that it was that dire. I love that part of what you guys did the last session. That was a lot of fun. Although it was desperate, it was so desperate. Zosa regards Sir Bluto's body, this huge hulking man, and she sort of recognizes him because his face is plastered up in guard towers around Waterdeep, in mercenary halls. People have been trying to put together like teams to go and find him and collect the bounty. He's a criminal, like on the run. I think Bash said something about that a couple sessions back, that he would have a recognizable enough face because he is like an outlaw of some kind. I don't recall his story exactly, but I do remember that. So Visman didn't recognize him. Zosa, having been around law enforcement in Waterdeep, she might have recognized him and been like, "This cruel son of a bitch. Can't believe it. I can't believe he's here. Of all the foul places to end up. What havoc you have wrought on my friends." And she just gets up and she wants to do something vicious to the body. It's this anger within her. But she's stayed by a stern, studied stare from Sir Enoth. He's just advising without words to do the right thing. And so her anger fades to be replaced by sorrow. And then curiosity. As she starts looking over the body, and she regards the Black Razor itself, and she stares into that blackness, the twilight stars twinkling in the obsidian of the blade.
Excuse me.
And I have a question for Bashman.
I didn't do it.
Mr. DM, where exactly is the Lux Stone and Zosa's Dagger of Warning? Are they on Sir Bluto, or are they stowed away somewhere out of sight, or perhaps on one of the two henchmen?
I know the dagger was on one of the henchmen. The Luxstone may have been on one of them as well, or in the bag of holding that everything else was thrown into.
So it's.
I can say that Clipper dumped out all the stuff that Bluto had on him for the party to pick up. So it's possible that one of the original party members has those items, like Verm, for example. Also, I do want to add a little bit of flavor text to Zosa wanting to, desecrate the body of Bluto. Clipper already, kick the crap out of the body
Yeah.
like multiple times.
Yeah, in the little timeline of the episode, I'm interjecting myself into you. I imagine you and one other person went and did that too with you. I think Verm did. That was
Yeah.
after Zosa had her temptation to do it, and then she got distracted with other things, and then eventually you guys come around and crush the body. Yeah, Zosa hasn't even been in the room yet. Like, she's so consumed with the death of the Tabaxi and the remains of Bluto, and she'll head into the room shortly after that and come across Verm and Torrent, and this tearful
And ashes.
reunion. This tearful reunion. I don't think Zosa notices the ashes. And she probably doesn't notice Visman yet, because she's so like enraptured to actually see some people alive that she knows, some people that she came to rescue. Like, this was her objective, 2 out of 5. It's better than 1 or 0. So Zosa sees you guys and just rushes and just picks you up, Verm, just you're like a solid 35-pound bag when you're wet. She just picks you up and spins you around and says, Verm, I can't believe it's true. And she sets you down on top of a futon, so you're like up to chest height now. and she like leans down and just like pets Toby and it's like, I'm so happy to see you. I am appalled at the situation you find yourself in. And she'll turn to Torrent and she'll give him a huge hearty handshake and wrap her armored body around him in a huge hug. And she'll just laugh. She's so happy to see you guys, and she says, I will have to buy you drinks. I will have to buy you both drinks, especially you. And she points a leather glove finger into Torrent's chest. I know you had something that you had said, Torrent, earlier. Something about not drinking anymore, which must be a joke. That must have been.
That has to not be a thing.
That's obviously not canon. That was just a joke in the midst of the banter. I understand.
Yeah.
And then Visman shouts out, and what the fuck are you doing here? And Zosa releases Torrent and wheels around and sees this black-skinned tiefling in shining silver armor. And Zosa's head kind of cocks to the side and says, are you talking to me? What do you mean? What am I doing here? Do I know you? And Visman says, of course you know me. Are you crazy, woman? You're the one who got me and Talmir into this mess. And now look at us. We're ruined because of you. Where is Talmir? What have you done with him? And where is the Furbolg? And Zosa glances around. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of it as fast as I can, guys. I don't want to do the Ben show, but this interaction is super important.
By all means, go for it.
Zosa
Yeah,
looks
go for it.
around and
You weren't here
enjoying
last
it.
week.
Zosa looks around and she glances to Verm. Where is he? Where is Bandal? She glances to Torrent. She looks around. And who is Telmir?
Verm is no longer in the room.
Okay.
Oh.
So you left the room to go find the Black Razor, right? That's what I remember. You left the room shortly after.
I left the room to go find the bodies.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
We
Yeah,
kicked
so-
a short rest off before we did that.
I think we did, but
So Visman starts to leave the room, and Zosa says, wait a minute! Why do I know who you are? I am trying to remember. And Visman just turns and smirks and says, you really are crazy. What's wrong with you? Don't you remember recruiting me? You didn't meet Talmir. But I was his emissary. I brought him with me, and now I'm going to go look for him. And Zosa says, I did not recruit you. I remember you now. I told you you are too temperamental. What are you doing here? Did you go here against my wishes? Talmir just goes, you're crazy, and just starts to leave the room. And Zosa looks at Torin and says, what is the meaning of this? Why is he here? What has he done? This is some sort of treachery.
We thought you sent him.
And Zosa thinks for a moment. She shakes her head no. She's like, no, I did not. I did not send him. He was mean and crude. He was too temperamental. I did not trust his temperament at all. But that was weeks ago. And Zosa starts heading out of the room. Meanwhile, Vismund is looking for the Black Razor. Vismund is walking out of the room. He's kind of like limping a bit. He's still sort of injured, but he's getting back on his feet and he's starting to cast certain spells because he is in a warlike mindset and he wants to find the Black Razor and get out of Dodge.
If we're following what happened, I put the Black Razor in the bag of holding.
That's right. And I imagine you do it moments before Vismund walks around the corner.
Bloop.
Yep, and it's just gone. So Vismund
Bye-bye.
walks around the corner, and I want Vismund to make an insight check compared to your whatever you want to do. Like I don't think there's a sleight of there's a sleight of hand or a bluff check or any check you want to do to try to conceal. Oh yeah. So I just want to see if Vismund gets any sense that you were doing something. Oh, what am I gonna do? Insight? Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You see it?
Yeah, Vismund sees you like put something away, and he says, "Not so fast, little green man. Where is it?"
I'm going to turn around and I'm going to cock my bow. And I'm going to look at Vismund and I'm going to say, pipe the fuck down and go back to wherever you came from. You caused this group nothing but harm.
That's not true at all. If it wasn't for me, we'd all be dead right now.
Really? What happened in this room? You died. We saved you. Am I mistaken?
That was mere practice. I was trying to see if you were worth my time.
And
I
we found
believe
out
you
you're not
are.
worth ours.
Oh, I disagree, my friend. But if you want to part ways, I understand. Why don't you just tell me where Talmir is, so I can say my goodbyes to him?
If you want to follow me, I'm trying to go back to where the last memory I have of being awake at.
While this is happening, I want Clipper to kind of follow after Vismund because Clipper does not like Vismund's vibe. And is sneaking after them. Trying to be sneaky.
And Vismund just kind of puts his hands up in front of him like this, like a surrender motion, but he's grinning this devious grin, and he's staring into Verm's eyes.
By the way, Verm has 2 bag of holdings.
Put one inside the other, just for
Yeah,
safety.
sure. Why not? We've been with this long.
DM, do you want me to roll a stealth check for this?
Sure.
I'm trying to remain unseen. Do you want it in the tower?
I can
Or
do it out in
open?
the open.
Okay.
Vismund looks around the room.
You feel very sneaky.
I'm so sneaky.
Feathers falling behind.
Yeah.
Don't get too close, bird person. You smell funny.
Verm will keep 20 feet in between you and him.
Clipper kind of tilts their head to the side and says, "Do you need assistance?" And looks at Verm and then looks at Vismund.
Vismund is not looking at the bird person. Vismund is watching Verm.
The Verm still has his bow drawn.
Yep.
And he's just got his hands up and he's looking around the room. He sees Sir Enoth. He sees Acolyte Rowan. Does he see Judas?
If we're still in that hallway outside the battle, then yeah,
Okay.
he's out there.
I remember you were off to the far left, or the west rather, so I
Yeah.
imagine Visman actually doesn't look back towards you, so he might not know you exist just yet. Zosa comes up to the doorway and says, I do not know what you are doing here, but you are outnumbered. You should say your goodbyes. And at this point, she has her crossbow, and it's loaded. And it's pointed at Visman. And then she says, did you steal my equipment a few weeks ago? It disappeared shortly after I met you.
I knew it.
And Visman turns. Visman turns, and the look he gives Zosa is kind of funny, because he goes from being this fierce, intimidating, predator-like looking vibe to just like complete confusion, and he regards Zosa with like a laugh, but it's like one of confusion. He's like, what are you talking about? You literally gave me those items as an offering. You told me that I should go out and join them because you were recruiting people. Do you not remember this? This was at least 2 or 3 weeks ago. God, I've been down here for far too long, and you're all making me annoyed. And Zosa shakes her head vigorously, and she says, no, I think you stole them. Where are they? And Zosa looks to the pile.
Does Visman have it?
No, he's been stripped of all of his items except for the armor.
Did Bluto have the Dagger of Warning? I don't think he had the Lux Stone.
I thought he had everything that
He
they
had both. He had both.
He
Yeah.
had both. I mean, he
Yeah.
had most of the magic items, but most of them also stayed in the bag of holding that they didn't use.
Between the three of them, everything that they could use, they equipped and used.
Okay.
I imagine that amongst the pile of shinies, sitting atop the pile,
Crit hit
among
for
the
Huxley.
wands and staffs. I'm sorry?
Crit hit for you, Huxley.
Oh, wow, thank you. God, am I going to kill Visman tonight?
Maybe.
And
So wait,
Maybe.
who is he getting the crit hit with, though?
Oh, am I going to kill Zosa tonight?
Yeah, all the way around.
Ooh. Now I'm intrigued.
Now I'm intrigued.
yes.
Now I'm intrigued. You're speaking
it.
my language and the gods love me.
Let
No.
chaos reign.
So sitting atop the pile of stuff is a small amulet that Zosa fashioned herself, and it's of a steel gauntlet. It's her Lux Stone, and then sitting next to it is, well, I guess it was on the body of one of those guys, but you guys put all the loot together, so sitting next to it is Zosa's Dagger of Warning, which she personally named Helm's Heart.
Aw.
And she notices these items, and she turns to Visman and says, I will give you to the count of 5 to flee, or I will have everyone here destroy you. And Zosa's gonna make an intimidation check.
Intimidating yourself. I love it.
And Zosa's gonna spend a point of inspiration.
I was gonna say, I want can Clipper assist?
Oh man. But see, the
Come,
thing is,
motherfucker.
Zosa,
Oh, motherfucker.
Zosa is so shaken by all of this that, like, although she wants to be intimidating, she's also extremely worried. Because there's a part of her that believes Visman. I'm gonna roll. Yeah. And here's what I'm gonna do for Visman. Yeah, he's persuasive. And he's not being deceptive, but that's a little behind the curtain action. Visman believes that Zosa gave these items freely a couple weeks ago. And Zosa, although she knows that she didn't, that they were like lifted off her overnight sometime. She doesn't know how she lost them, but now they're here. And this creepy, not trustworthy tiefling scum, he's here, infiltrated her party in her stead, and now there's people missing. There's a couple dead, and she hears talk of more of his friends somewhere in the dungeon, perhaps, because she's just heard the name Talmir, doesn't know anything about him. So she's trying to be intimidating, but like she's so conflicted now, and Visman has a 20 charisma, so it's like, is he playing a mind game or not? You know.
Clipper looks at Zosa and says, I should kill this one.
Did you say that in Judas's voice?
Yes.
I feel like maybe you said that from around the corner, and Zosa didn't see Clipper say it because, like, first of all, Clipper wears a mask over his face, so he can't see Clipper talking. So Zosa's like, "Perhaps, Mr. Judas, perhaps. I am thinking very carefully." And Visman grimaces and says, "I think you're all crazy. Perhaps I will take my leave. But I'll be taking this with me." And he slams a fist against the armor. The +1 mithril plate that belonged to Yenia Arca.
No.
And Zosa, she like tightens up the grip on her crossbow and holds it up to her shoulder and says, "No, you will not. As far as I am concerned, it belongs to us. You have stolen it like you have stolen everything else here. You will leave it behind, or we will cut you out of it." And at this point, we might have to roll for initiative.
I was gonna say I want to cast command on Vismond.
I'll let you act in the surprise round.
Awesome.
What do you think, Bash? Do you want to? Can we do this?
Sure,
This is one way
go
for me
for
to
it.
get rid of one of my extra characters.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'll help you here.
Go ahead and do your command, and we'll say that initiates rolling initiative. So
Our token dropping, like dragging stuff onto the tokens still working or not working anymore?
If you want to do it the
question.
old-fashioned way,
I'll
Hold
do
on,
the
hold on.
old-fashioned way.
hold on. Yeah, while you all figure that out and do
I'm just gonna have
save
him
throws
drop
and
it.
everything, I'm going to just do this.
I'm just
Worst
gonna
part
have
is
him
I
drop
could even
it.
see the battle map.
There we go.
I'm gonna use I'm just gonna use the drop command.
All right, it should work dropping on tokens again. So
Oops, I didn't do that's not right. Hold on. I did it backwards. Hold, please.
do
There
you
we go.
require assistance?
Can
I
you
do
show the
require
map on,
assistance.
Can you show the map on screen,
Oh,
please?
you failed!
what's your command?
Drop. Like, drop the armor.
Let me just double check Visman's abilities. Okay.
So you hear a child's voice say, "Drop it!"
And Visman shouts
And
out.
drop is the command.
Visman shouts out, "I will not!" And then, as an action, he removes his arcane armor. He just like grabs this huge like square-like piece in the middle, and he just pulls it off in one fluid action, and the armor just kind of melts off his body and becomes, or it's still his arcane armor. He can still remove it and put it on as an action, but this action, he just removes it and then drops it onto the ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and unequip it in my inventory, and I just can't wait to see what my AC is now. That's a little lower,
Within hittable range.
slightly.
With my movement, would I be able to then like get up there and kick it away to somebody, preferably Zosa?
I would say yeah.
Like sprint up, kick it to Zosa so that she can pick it up, and then stand next to Vismond, like ready to fight.
Kick plate armor and break toes.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just like nudge it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna imagine.
I mean, it
Clipper just
probably
fully-
because it's arcane armor, doesn't it like shrink into like a little
It's like
cube?
a box.
Didn't you
isn't
say it was a cube
It
when you first introduced Vismond? It was a cube, right?
basically, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's 100% accurate in the rules, but that's
It's-
kind of how I
Or cube.
flavored it.
Yeah,
like
it's
a-
kind of
like a
more
large-
flavor.
Like a 1 foot by 1 foot bundle, you know, with the chest piece being like the thing that he grabs, you know, to like it's still as heavy as armor, you know, it's very
Well,
dense,
it's
but
mithril,
it's
so it's
like
not very
Okay.
heavy.
I guess less of a kick and more of like just shoving with the foot, like from the top corner of the cube, just kind of like shoving it rather than kicking it with his toes,
it
his
shows-
little talons.
I don't know if this is accurate for mithril plate armor, but on my fantasy grounds, it's a 65-pound item, so it's probably less for
Oops.
mithril. So
Okay.
you can probably just kick it like a beach ball.
There we go. Okay, cool. We'll just pretend it's a square beach ball.
Yeah,
Crit fumble for Huxley now.
outstanding. Now is that how does that work?
Yellow cubes is well, you can use it for whatever character you want, I imagine, because you're playing 2 right now, right, Bash?
Well, so for a crit,
Knowing yellow
success.
cubes, it's probably in
It's
favor
probably the
for
crit.
Zosa.
Yeah, it's knowing her. The crit is probably for Zosa, and the fumble is for Vismond. However, with the cards,
she'll say in chat, I'm
yeah.
sure.
However, with the cards, your next attack is a crit, and your next D20 roll is a fumble.
So it really depends
So-
on who gets to go first. So I think that's your surprise round, Clipper. Is there anything else you want to do? So you this is kind of have to be theater of the mind for a couple reasons here, because we're doing this all as like a flashback retcon thing, and thank you so much for cooperating with me, by the way. And also because everyone's maps, I think, are all screwed up, so we're just gonna have to
Yeah.
like play this by ear here.
I'm just looking on stream and seeing where the squares are.
Yeah,
Do we
it's-
have a map on the? Oh wow, we have a
On
map.
the-
Oh,
yeah,
we're
the
back
map
in
is-
that room.
Yeah, the map is messed
We-
up for everybody but me. I can see everything.
I mean,
It is
technically
ground.
we'd be in the.
No,
the
yeah.
under-
So
We're in the
technically we would be in
aquarium
the
room.
ziggurat room. Yeah, but
Okay.
but that's fine. I think theater of the mind is the appropriate setting for this because
I agree.
who knows what's about to happen. Are you done with your turn, Clipper?
Yes. Turn is
Alright.
done. So are we rolling initiative now, Bash?
Hold
I
on.
am.
Let me. Yeah.
Oh, God
yes,
forbid
roll
you.
edition. Yes,
I
yes,
was
roll
gonna say, God
initiative.
forbid you do something while we're role playing.
No, I was making sure initiative was cleared.
Oh, geez, I am changing my dice color. Oof.
Oofta.
Oofta.
Oh my God, Vismond
God
goes
damn it,
first.
Vismond.
Wow.
That's two nat 20s with Vismond so far, right? On the
Yeah.
insight and
Francis, thank you for the resub.
Francis, I love you.
at this moment we wouldn't be attuned to anything, correct? Because this is taking place before the long rest.
That's right.
Yes.
So our health, theoretically speaking, would also be unless this is after the short rest, we'll be fine. But
Yeah, so apparently we got a short rest out of all this. And the people who would be attuned to items would potentially be Judas, Inquisitor Enoth, Clipper,
And Rowan and Zosa.
and Acolyte Rowan. Zosa's currently not attuned to anything.
I don't
But-
think we
but she
divvied
could
up
be.
stuff yet.
And I don't think we divvied up stuff. So
Yep.
if you guys brought any equipment into the party, then you should still be attuned to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Vismond is without, Torn is without, Verm is without, and of course Burden of Chains is without soul. He's not even attuned to his own soul.
he's
Wah,
gone. He's
Wah,
gone.
wah.
He's
Okay.
permanently taking a long rest.
Verm, you see Vismond. He's Clipper is like, wait, what did Clipper say? Like a child, like drop it.
Yeah, in a child's voice, like ambiguous child's voice, said,
And-
just drop it.
And Visman says, "I will not," and then he drops it. He takes it off and drops it as an action. And then Clipper runs up and kicks it, and it flies 10 feet like a beach ball, like towards Zosa's general direction. And then Verm, it's your turn.
I'm aware of that, but I need Hunter's Mark. Checking out the spell slots that I had used before. And I am going to sink arrows into Visman. Oh, I am still restrained.
Oops.
Sounds like a personal problem.
We lift the shackles on you for your own safety, Verm. There's too many shinies about.
Okay, so they both hit.
Please do not resist.
It's been so long since I played this character.
Like
All right.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Vismond is going to enact a reaction.
Okay.
Actually, he's not. He's not going to do it yet. Go ahead.
Okay.
Is that another attack?
But I rolled both my attacks already. Those were both the damages.
Oh, okay. You're going to keep the disadvantage one?
Yeah. I mean, I can re-roll it if you want me to, but I rolled a 17 and a 14 on it.
Oh, that's fine.
And then I'm gonna run like hell. I don't think I'm in the water stream, right? I need to,
Technically not in that room, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
it doesn't-
Yeah,
I-
you
I
all are
run
technically
30
aren't
feet
in
away.
that room.
Yeah, this will
Theater
have
of
to,
the mind.
this will have to sort of be theater of the mind, but if you remember the ziggurat room, there's a couple different ways you can go. You can hop down to the lower level, or you can run. What's your speed? 25 or 30? Like you can run 30 feet off in a direction away from Visman. We're all kind of congregated at the door to that opulent
And
room.
I said before too, I kept 20 feet in between of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's it.
Okay. Visman grits his teeth and he says, "Oh, come on!" He's going to cast a spell on himself. Does anybody do counter spell stuff here, or do I not need to worry about that?
The one that
Yep.
did killed himself.
Okay, cool. We cool. Visman casts Blur on himself, and then he'll run up. Oh, that was his action. Shit. Okay, that is what it is. He runs up and he grabs his arcane armor right in front of Zosa. And Zosa doesn't react quickly enough to be able to do anything else about it. So Visman has it in hand, and then
I get an attack of opportunity against Vismond, given
Yes,
that
you
I was. Okay.
yeah, if you've got your dagger out.
I do. I always do. Okay, cool. I'll do that. Dude. Why did I have...
He casts
that'll-
Blur.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
'cause
I
of
have
Blur.
Blur. So you
missed.
swipe at Visman, his shape kind of flickers, and it like there's like a separate Visman right next to him that kind of stumbles clumsily, and then it just evaporates because it's an illusion. And you swipe at that instead, and you miss. As he moves forward. He moves forward like roughly 10 feet or so, grabs up his arcane armor, and gives this sick, hateful smile to Zosa. And he says, "Bye-bye, crazy woman." And then he turns and runs towards, roughly towards Verm, like down the edge of the room. About another 20 feet. This will trigger... Well, did we say that Zosa can make opportunity attacks? Because she's carrying her crossbow.
I
And not
think
like
she has the crossbowed expert feat, in which I think Bash said that was fine. I don't know.
Yeah,
Is that good
because because if I remember correctly, that feat removes the reloading property.
All right. Yeah, Zosa takes a shot. Well, not a ranged attack. Like I wanted to do like a butt stroke thing, but because normally you can't do a ranged opportunity attack. But I don't have that prepared. I'm just gonna, if it's all right with you, I'll just take a shot with the crossbow.
Go for it, all out in this one.
All right. So
Because you are able to like reload it and everything fast enough to where you can fire off multiple shots per round. So
Gotcha.
I'll allow it this time.
So Zosa says, she doesn't say anything. She just shoots him right in the back. Oh yeah, he's concentrating on that. So yeah, he moves. So that was cast a spell, moved, ran up this way, and then he'll use a bonus action to activate his defensive field again. And you guys see like a blue shimmer. Oh wait, he can't fucking do that because he's not wearing his armor. Ooh, all right, never mind. Forget it. This is a lot to keep
fuck
track
yourself.
of.
Uh-huh.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck ourselves.
He's not wearing his armor. Ah! Visman will pass his turn.
How far away is Visman from Torrent at this point?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think you were back in the room, the opulent
Yeah.
room.
That's
You might have wandered up to nearby Zosa when you heard this altercation brewing. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's all theater of the mind. You can do whatever you want.
Well, you being a
Torrent does Hadouken. Just
aggravating monk, he's probably still within your range of movement. So
Probably. Well. I'm not really. I don't think I'm armed since this is before we got access to the equipment again, right?
You've got your basic equipment.
We have
You
all of
wouldn't
our
have
like
any
stuff that we had
internable items.
before.
Okay, that works for me. I will take out my short bow and take pot shots at Vismond. There we go. Oops, I forgot to target him. Can I just drag that onto him?
Yeah, that'll be hit.
yeah.
It'll
Alright.
be at disadvantage.
Oh yeah, you'll have to
Yeah.
roll one more time. Don't target me, but just roll one more time and see if you get a lower number.
That's a miss.
Unfortunately, that'll
Yeah.
miss.
Try again. So
We say fortunately that'll miss.
Fortunately for Visman, that'll miss.
Yeah, true.
yeah, miss again.
So as he's moving, this shifting shadow just kind of like it misleads your shots.
That's it. Hey, my turn again. Crazy.
Huh.
Welcome to the club, pal.
Yeah.
Now, who's gonna kill Torrent? Inquisitor Enoth or Visman?
oh my god.
He's gonna be burdened.
He's gonna raise himself from the dead somehow. It's fine.
I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm here to party.
I will.
Ukatoa.
I'll use a level 2 spell on Visman.
Okay.
We're gonna try hold person. So let me just.
Oh, you be.
Was that right? No. Do I need to drag that onto him real quick?
Who did you target?
I forgot to target you.
Because I don't know who rolled that, but
If you click on
if you just want to tell me to make a save, I can just roll it out in the open. A wisdom save?
No, it should automatically apply.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
I think
you-
we're-
you
I think
have
we're
to-
having some
Yeah.
technical issues.
you
I'll
have
drag it
to
to
everybody. You either have to have it person targeted in the combat tracker and click the
Right.
button, or click and drag it onto the token or the person on the combat tracker to make them roll the save. If you just click it, it'll just pop up what the save is in the chat window.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So. Well,
Okay, you
I
succeeded.
succeeded anyway.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do. Zosa?
Zosa steps around the corner. She will pop an action surge.
Uh-oh.
She will. Oh,
Uh-oh.
looking at the wrong character sheet. It's like Zosa cast Eldritch Blast. No, wait.
Confusion.
So she'll use her action surge. She's going to channel divinity and give herself a sacred weapon bonus. So she gets an extra +3 on her attacks with her crossbow, and it starts to shed this holy light. And she says, "You're not getting away that easy." And she'll make an attack on
It's a
Visman.
crit.
It dropped a crit.
No, it would
Uh,
Still a
because you
hit?
had card.
Wait, didn't he lose concentration on Blur?
No, he maintained
No.
it.
No, I
You
think
get a
Oh.
card gifted to you for a crit.
Oh, that's an automatic crit.
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
Oh my
true.
god. Oh wow. Okay.
Go Zosa.
I think
Go
Zosa's gonna
Zosa.
kill
And
Visman.
then a fumble directly after that. So
How do I do a crit? Isn't that an
the
effect I can turn on or
Modifiers in the top right corner, plus minus,
Eh.
something? Critical. There it is.
and then just
Here,
drag the damage.
Here comes damage.
Here comes the pain.
Pain train.
That's a crit. 2. Okay. I was expecting him to die. Well, Zosa fires again because she has extra attack.
There you go.
And this is a fumble, or is this not
Sure,
a fumble?
sure. This one's a
Yeah,
fumble.
get
Just
it out of the
get the
way.
cards out of the way.
Yeah, that's fine. She fires again, and it goes right through Visman's illusory head, and sticks into the wall. And she moves forward. She moves forward to chase him,
Excuse me.
and she'll pass her turn.
Clipper.
Oh, this my turn. Clipper is would you say Clipper would be able to run to Vismond?
Oh yeah, he's only like
Not
20
far,
feet
right?
away.
Like 20, say 20 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Clipper will run up to Vismond and inflict wounds.
Well,
Ooh. Where's Vismond? There you are. Oh, it dropped a crit for me. No. Do I have any inspiration? I don't remember. Can I roll it again?
And you
No,
just
I don't.
imagine,
Okay. It's just
and
my
just
turn.
imagine Visman's terror. He just feels this necrotic energy just.
Yeah, like his Clipper's hand. He probably wears gloves, but he like crackles with like this black lightning and goes to reach for Vismond, and he blurs out of the way just in time.
He just feels this ice cold radiation behind him, and then it fades, and he's like, "Oh God!"
And you just hear Clipper. You just hear Clipper say, "Damn it!" like in a man's voice.
It's so
Damn it.
creepy.
Damn it.
damn it.
Damn
Rowan.
Rowan, who's been mostly reserved for a lot of this altercation.
Hmm.
You can kind of see as this interaction has gone on, his brow furrows deeper and deeper with each action. And he brings his hand into his shield. You hear this audible thunder for the entire room to cackle out. And his voice booms over everything that's going on. All of you need to stop this madness. There are worse things here to fight than each other. Let's act like adults, sit down and figure things out. He will roll persuasion.
Roll that with advantage.
Oh,
You said that to a
man.
literal 12-year-old goblin.
Yeah, but 12
Logic.
is like their adulthood.
Yeah, that's like
That's
Half-Life
true.
for them.
Yikes.
Oh
Aw.
boy.
So would it be insight or
On your turn.
okay?
Oh, okay.
That's it for me.
I suppose it'd be like an opposed charisma check.
Wait, why is Bird No Chains in the chat or in the comment tracker?
Because he dead as hell.
He dead as hell.
He dead as hell. Judas.
That motherfucker dead.
Oh, this lot is bloody mad. I like it.
Yeah.
This should be a good watch. He'll kind of slink down in the corner, with his knees up and his arms around his knees, just watching.
Right. That all you do?
That is all.
Cool. Phew, phew. Verm.
So, I mean, is it an like an insight check for this, or I feel like in this situation, a random person saying this isn't gonna do much to Verm, but
Yeah, it's hard to be persuasive and diplomatic in combat situations unless you've got spell power to back it up. And you could like I like the idea of Rowan doing this, and he used it sounds like he used thaumaturgy to like boost his voice, so he can just like thunder it around the room and just like make everybody pay attention to him. So you could treat it like a command. If you wanna expend I'll just be quiet. I don't know.
I mean, wisdom and insight. I mean, a wisdom check and an insight check is just the same thing for me. So
Yeah, go ahead and do insight.
There we go.
Excuse me. Everybody heard what Rowan had to say. For you, Verm, the words kind of go in one ear and out the other almost instantly. There is part of what he said that kind of resonates with you. Kind of reminds you of another cleric you once knew, and
okay,
you're
so
kind of torn as to what to do, because obviously you don't know this person.
Can I do non-lethal with arrows?
No.
No.
So basically, whatever you choose to do is
I'll
basically
look
up to
back
you.
to I don't even know your name because I don't think did we introduce each other in the meantime of
I
all
would
the
assume in
RPs
the
that
long
happened?
rest, everyone would have.
I'd look to
figured out
Rowan and I would
everyone's
say there is. So when he falls, we tie him up. I'm gonna shoot him.
Shoot him.
I shoot.
You hit.
Vismond will cast a spell.
Okay.
Wait, can I do that? Yes, I can. All right, Vismond will cast Shield with a warlock pact slot. So that's yeah.
It's just
So that
a
raises his
+5,
AC up
right?
to 20.
Okay.
So that attack will miss.
I shoot again. Missing.
Ooh, dropped a 20.
Dropping a 20. That would have done a lot of damage
God.
if I hit that.
We've all
God,
dropped
oh
20s
God.
against him at this point, I think. Oh
dear
my god.
I will run back like 30 more feet so that I am at this point like 60 feet because he moved up 20 and I'm 50 feet away from him.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right.
Vismond slams this metal cube into his chest and it melts back around him. And he dons his arcane armor as an action.
The crowd goes boo.
There's one guy in the corner. Yay!
And then he moves forward 30 feet, chasing Verm, and he just kind of says, not very loudly, but like right in Verm's direction. He's like, "I'm coming for you. I know what you have." And then he will cast Sanctuary on himself. Did that work? No, it did not.
That was from
Sanctuary's not
Zozo's sheet.
concentration, right?
No.
Oh, there you go.
All
I don't
right.
think
Okay,
it
cool.
is,
So he moves forward 30 feet. He uses a bonus action. He uses main action, so he'll pass his turn.
All right, Torrent.
I don't know. What Rowan said was making some sense. So
Oh, I forgot to roll for that.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that. I want to see if this stays Vismond's intent. That was an insight you called for.
E.
So, so you are more persuasive than Vismond's. Yeah. So, yeah. Then he doesn't move forward 30 feet. He only moves forward like 10 feet, He still said what he said, but like the booming of your voice, Rowan, impacted his train of thought. So it slowed him down. And next round, he probably won't be as aggressive. He may be open to a diplomatic resolution, just because you're right. We're in the midst of a dangerous dungeon, and if nothing else, Visman has a survival instinct that's starting to kick in. He's already taken heavy damage. He is outnumbered, so maybe he's willing to listen to reason based on what you did. Torrent, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that Torrent's going to agree with Rowan, and he's going to hold his fire.
Oh,
Raid.
the whole card. Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in.
Welcome.
Welcome, Retas.
Weird joining moment, but
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack going on right now. Is basically the only way I can say it. Thanks. Words. Thanks for
That about sums it up.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's about all I've been doing tonight.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Yeah. How was your stream? Let us know.
In the chat.
In the chat. Enoth, it is your turn though.
Enoth, being Rowan's brother, will be obliged to bend to his will a little bit. So he's also going to avoid escalating the conflict any further. Zosa.
All right. Zosa is not far behind Vismund. She absolutely agrees with Rowan that they're, it's like she's being aggressive with Vismund because she doesn't trust him and because of his behavior, but she definitely understands Rowan and absolutely agrees. So she is going to switch to a less than lethal option. Zosa lets her crossbow fall to her side. It's on a sling, so it just swings behind her, and she produces this folded steel net. And she moves up about 15 feet behind Vismund and tosses the net at him.
with sanctuary.
That's one
on?
way.
Wait, how the fuck do I have... Oh, you know what? Yeah, that should not have hit. Because this, my sacred weapon bonus accidentally applied to that. So that
And you
should
have your
have
armor
been...
on now.
Yeah. So that'll actually be a miss. That'll actually be a miss.
And you would have to make a wisdom save anyway.
That's right. All right, well, let's see if Zosa throws the net at all. It's TC 14. No. So she's so conflicted in this, and this magic is interfering with her mind. Like, she's like, less than lethal solution. And she goes to throw the net, and then she just, like, gets this flash of, like, darkness and this creepy female face. Just, like, larger than the earth. Like, imagine being on the space station and just, like, this giant face of a deity. Just in an instant. And it stays her hand. And she has no idea what the hell just happened. She loses her attack. And she's just befuddled for a second. So she'll pass her turn.
Clipper... I don't know. Clipper's pretty chaotic. I don't know if he would heed what other people are saying about this. He seems pretty determined. But we'll see. Let me roll insight. I think even with, like, I see Clipper sees where the rest of the party stands in terms of not wanting any more conflict. So he has the net on him?
No, Zosa did not throw the net.
Okay.
No, she got stopped by Vismund's sanctuary effect.
Okay, so I think even with the insight check and understanding the situation, Clipper would not care about that. and try to do inflict wounds again. I have to check off something really quick. Hold on.
You have to make a wisdom save too before you do it.
Yeah.
I do?
Yep.
Yep.
So Vismund is affected
Sanctuary.
by a spell called Sanctuary. So when you attack, you have to choose. You have to make a wisdom saving throw. Otherwise, you will have to choose someone else with your attack
Okay.
or lose the attack.
Okay. Do I roll that manually, or does it automatically happen when I go to attack you?
It won't happen automatically. If you can just roll it out in the
Yeah.
open. And that's a pass.
Okay. I have really high whiz, so I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm gonna try to do inflict wounds once again.
Okay.
Damn it. All right. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, Rowan. You notice some people heeded your words. That's about
Rowan,
it.
seeing that, is gonna take enough steps forward and then cast Misty Step to land himself right next to Vismund. And say if these attacks are going to continue, you're going to have to come through me first. And you begin to see lightning form up in his hands. And he is going to hold his action to cast Chromatic Orb at the next person that attacks Vismund.
Womp womp.
He's doing nothing, just watching.
10-4. Verm.
Man, I still don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Clipper doesn't either.
Rowan, where did you land in front of Vismund? Did you land interposing yourself between Vismund and Verm, or
No,
between Vismund and the rest of the group?
Vismund and the rest of the group.
Okay, Verm, you have a clear shot.
Doesn't he see something?
Still have to pass Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to decide something else. Once again, we'll make an insight check. That's the wrong character. Ignore that.
Another character just floats in.
Yeah.
God, how many people are there?
Verm will move 30 feet once again away, and seeing that Rowan is right next to Vismund and said these words, he'll hold his action in case Vismund still moves forward toward him to shoot his longbow. And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. So the way I'm seeing this in my head, Rowan just teleported in front of Vismund, like right in front of him. You just appear, and you bow up with this crackling energy. Can you make an intimidate check?
Yeah.
Just want to see how threatening your posture is.
Not very.
Has a voice crack in the middle of the sentence.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Vismund with the skill checks tonight.
Vismund says under his breath, "Thanks for watching my back." And then he will cast darkness right on his square. As a spell-like ability available to a tiefling. And then, what am I? Yeah. So that
Well,
will make him
that will drop your blur.
lose blur. Yeah. I didn't have it named. Oh well, that's fine. So yeah, he casts darkness, blur goes away, and then he will move past Rowan and to the north 30 feet. He should just barely emerge from the darkness into Verm's view.
I shoot.
All right, go ahead.
Wisdom save.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the
doesn't matter.
wisdom's still in effect.
Yeah, that's I'd probably I'd miss either way, but yeah.
All right.
Man,
Go ahead, because I know you have extra attack. Go ahead and roll another wisdom check.
Sure.
that'll pass.
That one will pass. That misses.
Still missing.
And Vismund bats the arrow out of the air. The dude moves forward, casts a spell, and now he'll activate his defensive field because he's wearing his armor. I'm just double checking Sanctuary real quick. Sorry, trying to see if I cast any spell. Does it end?
I think it's if
I think
Cast a
it's,
spell
specifically
that
says if
affects-
you
I think if it's
target something.
yeah, I think if it's like an offensive type of spell. Or
Yeah,
action.
darkness should be good.
You think darkness counts?
No.
No,
Okay. Yeah, he moves on.
it's
Torrent.
basically not an attack or a damage spell. So.
So there's this big ball, 15-foot radius. Oh, did Torrent and Enoth skip?
Yeah, Torrent and Enoth aren't gonna do anything.
Okay. Zosa's caught in the darkness. She will. She's not gonna take an action at the moment. She can't really see. She'll stumble out of the darkness and just kind of regard this black bubble. She doesn't exactly know how to proceed. She'll cast her gaze around the room. She'll see Judas back in the corner. And she'll say, she'll call out to Judas, "Can you see him? Stop him, please! I will owe you a favor! We must stop him!" And she'll pass her turn.
Clipper. It's dark.
Clipper.
It's dark.
It's real dark.
It's real dark. I don't like it. That is not one of Clipper's voice is.
Are you sure?
Oh, you should just roll with.
No, absolutely not. So even though I'm like right on top of Vismund, not on top of him, but like right next to him, like I can't see anything because of the spell, even though I'm within 5 feet of him.
It is pure blackness.
Pure darkness. Okay.
I mean, wouldn't Zosa and Zosa wasn't close. Wouldn't it have
Zosa was
Clipper
at
gotten
15
an attack
feet.
of opportunity?
Yeah,
It would have, but it would have been a disadvantage too. If they chose to do it. Take it.
Clipper is going to pass his turn, actually. He's gonna maybe try to back out of the darkness. Yeah, he'll move back out of the darkness.
Okay.
And that'll be his turn. He's just waiting. He's waiting. He's gonna wait for Vismund to come out of the darkness so that he can attack again.
Cool. Rowan. It's very dark.
Sit the darkness to the I'll say evens, north, odd, south. To the south.
All right.
Probably
Head to
see
the
the
south.
rest of the party
Mm-hmm.
minus Vismund and Verm. And that's my turn.
Rowan, you're part arcane. Give me an Arcana check. All right, even with that low roll, you've heard stories of magical darkness being vulnerable to magic missiles.
I don't know how I feel
This is a
about that.
fact.
It's canon now. It's canon now.
He is speaking fucking facts though. To be fair.
Anyway, Judas, your turn.
I attack the darkness.
That was amazing.
Well, that brings a bit of a mystery into it, doesn't it? You go on, get him.
Move 30 feet back and shoot him.
Okay. Oh god.
Not doing the first one, and not doing the second. That still takes my action though, correct? On that, it's still taking the attack
Yeah,
action.
you're
but
taking
just-
the
yeah.
attack action. You just lose the ability to target Vismund with the attack.
So I'm moving 30 feet back again, putting probably like 70 feet in between us, because he moved 10 feet toward me for one turn, right?
By
Yeah.
then, I think
Or
you'd
like
be
something
through
like
the
that.
door and out into the hallway.
That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, you're
was-
going around?
I'm
Okay.
looping around. I'm not going out the hall.
Okay.
But that'll be the end of my turn.
Visman comes walking around at a quick, brisk pace. He's not exactly running. He says, "Just give me the sword, and I'll be on my way. Don't make me kill you, Verm." He will cast Cure Wounds on himself at first level.
Okay.
I don't.
We
know
wouldn't
if that went
have
to-
all our spell slots back too.
Hmm.
We wouldn't have all our spell slots back too.
We
from-
would or would not.
We wouldn't. We haven't taken a long rest.
Oh well, we've been
Yeah,
locked
we
up in
did.
the dungeons.
No,
Oh,
this,
this
is
is
This is
before-
taking
this is
place
before
before that. I asked
Oh,
Jeff. I
crap.
asked Jeff specifically last session if we got a long rest in the meantime of being held hostage, and he said we basically just got short rests that weren't pleasant.
Oh.
Oh, I've been casting spells this whole time.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but
I'm not
Character
worried
sheet
about
got
it.
Spells.
cleared.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay, he's
mean,
not
that's
worried about
fine.
it. Okay.
If we want to say we have all our spell slots, that's fine too.
Didn't you cast Hunter's Mark a bit ago?
I had spell slots. I used 3 of my first level
Okay.
spell slots and 2 of my second.
Gotcha. I wasn't aware of that restriction. Okay. Vismond is not at the door yet, but he's nearing the door, and he's probably just barely coming around the corner of where you guys might be able to see him around that sphere of darkness. He will pass his turn. Zosa moves back. She's trying to like get to the back of the room where she can move off to the west, so she can get a pop shot on Vismond. So theater of the mind, just trying to speed this along. Zosa will take 2 shots at Vismond.
Okey-dokey.
All right.
Wisdom.
Oh yeah, fuck! I keep forgetting that.
It's your own character, man. God.
That's a fail for the first one, and then a pass for the second one. So, you want to say that 14 plus 12 hits? One of those attacks would have worked. Here comes damage. All right, and she says, "Don't let him get away," and she'll have to pass her turn.
All right, Clipper.
Okie dokie. So Vismond, you're out of the darkness now?
Yes. I'm on
Okay.
the far side of the room. It's like 120 to 150 feet, roughly. I don't know exactly.
Okay. Let's see. I will. Do. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to use my crossbow. It's a little bit easier. We'll just do that. Yeah, Clipper does not care. He's going to attack this guy. He does not want to give him the sword. Or anything for that matter.
Wisdom check.
Oh, right. Let me do that. Wisdom save, right? Not check?
A wisdom saving throw.
Or save, yeah.
Oh,
That'll pass.
That's gonna be the 29, boys.
That'll definitely pass.
probably double the DC.
More than.
It's
Missed
one
it.
over double.
No.
Okay, so missed on the crossbow. As a bonus action, I will cast. Where did it go? I swear I know how to play D&D. Spiritual weapon.
Ooh. What's the range on that when you conjure it?
It is. I want to say 60 feet. Yes, 60 feet.
Okay.
So I
that
will
would only
cast-
that would only get about halfway across the room from where Vismond is.
Why did that happen? I don't know why that happened. I
When
clicked
you,
on the
when
wrong
you cast
thing.
it, you can make an attack when you cast it as well, but it's not close to him.
Okay, so yeah, that doesn't count. I wasn't trying to do that. I
That's fine.
cast it, and I will attempt to attack him with it. Does the spiritual weapon have disadvantage? I guess
Uh,
everything has disadvantage.
Well, if I know this is theater of the mind, so it might be hard to picture, but this inverted ziggurat room is very, very long. It's like 120 or like 150 feet long, and you guys are on opposite ends of the room, so you're out of range to use the spiritual weapon to attack.
Oh.
If it has a range of 60 feet, then you can
Yeah.
conjure it like in the middle of the room, and that's not going to be close enough to affect him right now.
Okay.
But you could
I'll
like float it over nearby Verm once he gets over like back to the other side of the room, and you could interpose.
I'll do that. I'll do that. The spiritual weapon is a big hammer, and the head of the hammer is just a skull.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's so
Yeah.
metal.
I
Super
like
metal.
it.
So I guess that's my turn.
Okay, Rowan.
So with the room being that size, a 80-foot radius 4th level fog cloud would cover the entire room, correct?
Yeah. It absolutely would.
Fog cloud in the middle of the room at 4th level.
So 160 feet because it's
Oh
a
my
80
God.
radius. You said.
Character is
The whole room is fog now.
Yeah, I mean the room is 100 feet wide, so yeah.
Rowan is the party dad. It's official.
Yeah.
It's like
And then I'm
now,
just gonna sit
children.
down and maintain concentration. It's my turn.
Womp.
Rowan casts the spell and then just kind of sits down, is holding his finger up, kind of twirling like this to keep the fog cloud going.
Well, that's a wet sock on this party, isn't it? Oh well.
It is.
Carry on.
All right, Burn.
Okay. Would you say taking an item out of the bag of holding would be an action?
I would say yeah, because I know it is a
So-
magical item and everything, but you would still need to interact with it and
Yeah.
withdraw said item out of the bag.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I would say yeah, especially in combat. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Unless you were a thief.
I mean, I'm not an orphan, so let's not go too far.
Whoa, Verm. Let's not start throwing throwing shade like that. Jesus.
Oh my
Um,
God.
Those are criminals, not thieves.
Yeah. So I'm guessing fog cloud can't see shit, right? It's heavily obscured, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Correct.
So I'm just gonna keep on moving. I'm gonna dash for 60 feet across to like
You can dash if you
Down the
want
hall.
to.
You can leave your
Friends
friends
behind.
yes,
You
I
leave
could.
Vismund behind.
And I guess since this is heavily obscured, I'll make a stealth check. Well, yeah, it's a bonus action. I can do that,
Absolutely.
and it would be at advantage because it's not attunement for Boots of Elvenkind.
And
that's
you're heavily obscured.
Yeah.
All right,
This
Vismond.
eerie calm settles over this giant room as this fog just seems to sift in through the walls, through the grates in the floor. Everything gets all muggy. And Vismund obviously can't fucking see anymore. He will cast. He'll move towards the door to the north. He'll cast thaumaturgy on himself to increase the volume of his voice threefold, and he'll just growl into the mist. He'll say, and everybody hears it like super loud, but he's speaking so quietly. He says, "This isn't over." And then he leaves the room. And he leaves.
I thought you were fully down the hall, weren't you?
I was in my
Because-
mind, like in the inverted ziggurat room, Vismund was to the northeast, the very top. Like we were kind of moving from the southeast up to the northeast, and then I pictured you were kind of like going around the room and starting to come back down towards the southwest.
Because
So Vismond was not too far behind you. He got slowed down by Rowan twice, and then he emerged from the mist and kept chasing you. And now with this fog cloud, he doesn't really have any way to chase you anymore. He's not going to open himself up to even more danger.
I feel like the door would be more than 60 feet. If we're saying the whole hallway's 120 feet and Clipper's on the other side of it, because she was.
but you guys have
melee with you,
moved.
and then
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know, but it was
you
only
can-
like 2 turns in between. You can't. I mean, it was 120
We're on
feet
round
between us.
5.
I think.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I think narratively speaking, this is a good time for Vismond to steal away and disappear.
I agree.
yeah. I think we've done as much as we can.
I want
Vismond
to kill him.
happened,
God damn it! I want the
Vismond
armor
happened
back.
to survive. I was trying to play them both how they would do. You know, that interaction needed to happen because Sosa didn't authorize him to go, and he came here with this false pretense. And now you guys, you know, now Visma's not even a part of the party right now. He left, and he took Yenia Arca's armor with him.
Damn.
So I'm gonna close Vismond's character sheet for now.
Okay.
The curse of the Vismond.
But yeah,
Current
no more
party
Curse of
villain
the
now.
Lamia. It's Curse of the Vismond. Yeah, we have an
You're
arch
gonna be the
nemesis now.
BBG now.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you in a one-shot somewhere.
Zosa calls out, "Stay away from him! If you want to fight someone, you fight me! Vam! Come to me!" She's calling out, her voice is echoing through this mist. I imagine some time passes, maybe a couple seconds, 30 seconds. You guys don't even know where he is.
I mean, eventually Verm would loop all the way around to where the party's just standing.
Did
How
you
long
ever
does-
cast,
Sorry.
I didn't mean to cut you off, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how long does Fog Cloud last?
1 hour.
Oh damn. Okay, fine.
So,
Fine, Sam. Fine.
This is perfect. This
I'm
is
just gonna let
absolutely...
everybody cool their head off, and then I'll let it dissipate.
I love this.
dead. Party
I love
dead
this
right
outcome.
here, doing crowd control.
I've been telling you guys for a while now, like, I have no idea how things are gonna shake out. I like with Vismond, because this is his trajectory. You know, he's a loose cannon, and he's uninvited apparently.
and if I wanted to,
You can't sit with us, Vesmond.
I did cast Hunter's Mark on you.
Then you should be able to, like, don't you have advantage on certain checks
I
to
can
track him
I have
Track him.
advantage on tracking it.
Yeah.
for like an hour?
Wow, what's up?
For an hour.
Yeah, so like you might not have this preternatural sense of where he is. Doesn't
Yeah, I don't know where you are exactly, but like trying to find you would be easier.
Yeah.
Isn't it Critical Role who modified Hunter's Mark to be like a detection spell too? It almost has like a
Maybe so.
divination effect, kind of like a scrying thing.
I think so. I think
Or
there's like
season-
might have been
'cause
Star, but
I only watched season 1 for like maybe 10 or 20 episodes, but they were in a city and they were tracking down some kind of monster. And she would keep casting Hunter's Mark just so she would know where they go and stuff. It's like throwing a little tracking beacon. And,
Yeah.
and she's like, I know where they are, you know, like. So I don't know if yours is like that, but
No, it's just like
just
tracking
as
you in
right.
You get
perception and
advantage,
survival checks. I
yeah.
get advantage on finding you.
yeah.
I think, Verm, it becomes apparent to you rather quickly that Vismond is not pursuing you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, those of you who are anywhere near Clipper just hear a scoff of frustration that doesn't sound like anybody you know, so you know it's probably Clipper.
So it turns and fires.
Just
Ah,
just
shit.
a big, there's like a big glowing like hammer kind of sticking up out of the mist.
Oh yeah, it's like this neon sign.
Yes,
It's
it
like
totally
glowing
is.
through the fog.
100% of just divine energy, like this
Mm.
purplish, this like pale purple, like divine energy.
If this was Pathfinder, you could pick Caden Kalian as your deity, and your
Ooh.
spiritual weapon could be like a beer mug sign. So it looks like
Oh my god.
a neon bar sign flashing in the darkness.
Oh my god.
Last time I
That'd be so
played
good.
Pathfinder, I played a holy vindicator of Caden, and his imbued weapon was a basically like an adamantine beer mug. You just,
It's fucking amazing. Don't you mean imbibed weapon? Can we just?
sure,
There
that
you
too.
go, imbibed.
Imbibed weapon.
All right, so
great.
that drama. Let's wrap that drama up because I feel like
All right.
I milked that for way more than I expected to milk it for. Let's move on.
All
That was
right,
fun, I
so
like it.
yeah, so all of that subsides. Zosa, you follow up with Verm, excuse me, who kind of, after the whole Vismond ordeal, leads. Well, it doesn't really lead the party, but everybody's following, so he might as well. Anyway, you see him head into a room that has, strange to you, a floating, like a very fast moving current that is suspended about 3 feet off the floor and kind of goes into a hole in the wall. And before you can say anything, you just see Vern just go whoop, jump in the water and just take off. Everybody kind of follows suit, and you kind of just a matter of mere seconds later, you kind of emerge in this room, and you see Verm not in the water, standing beside it, looking down. And as you enter the room, as you try to gracefully get out of the water without face planting on the ground, you notice 2 bodies are on the ground. You weren't able to quite make out who or what just yet, but you did notice two humanoid bodies laying on the ground.
Roughly the same size body too,
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
Well, one's a little bit taller by
and by an inch.
by an inch.
Yeah. 2 big bodies.
And I guess as soon as you guys would be coming in, Verm would be having a note in his hand, put it into narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zosa emerges from this water. Because when we came through the first time, we had water breathing, and now we don't. So
And we had kayaks.
kayaks.
Some did.
So I imagine the
Some,
kayaks
yeah.
are just like broken down into kindling off in the corner before the Bluto team moved out of here. But yeah, so Zosa sees these 2 bodies. She sees Bandel Dayton, and her heart breaks. She just falls to her knees and she says, "No. No. Damn. And she just kind of like looks left and right. She looks over at the other body, doesn't recognize it. And she just cries. She has no words. And she's just muttering. She's not praying. She's just sad. She's saying, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have been here. I have failed in my oath. I fail you. I will avenge you, if nothing else. But I can never forgive myself for this." And she's like speaking very quietly just to herself. I don't know if Verm's nearby or Torrent, because you guys are the last ones who knew exactly who he was.
Band-Aid's or Verm's right next to Band-Aid reading the note.
Yeah, Torrent would be standing over your right shoulder.
And she just kind of like leans back and just like leans into you, Torrent, just like looking for a hug, looking for something. And she
Feel
starts
pretty sad
crying
on
more
your shoulder.
openly. We have to get him out of here. We have to take him out of this place and give him a proper burial. He does not deserve to be like this. And she waves a hand at his presumably rotting corpse. Because it has
No,
They
I cast General Repose on it.
This
On
would
his
probably
body.
have
We're
been-
getting
this
to
would
that.
have been before
Oh,
that.
that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I
you're
would
right.
notice it on the bottom of the note, some weird writing, and then I would consult the rest of the party if they knew, in which Clipper would recognize it. At the bottom of the note that Band-Aid left behind is a spell scroll of gentle repose.
Yeah, and it's at moments like this where I encourage a little bit of fudging of the rules, sort of, because Gentle Repose, as written, just stops its current level of decay.
Mhm.
But I think the grandfather tree would give us a version that would restore his body to a preserved state, so that it's not, rotting flesh, weeks
Month-old body.
old. Yeah, because
Yeah.
at that point it's not dry bone, it's this mush, it's this not even, it is desiccated, I guess, at that point. Like, I don't really know how bodies decay, but
Clipper,
Sure you don't.
yeah,
trying to give him
Clipper
some-
was able
some
to
dignity,
to
Yeah.
figure out that those bodies had been dead for a while.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, had been dead for a while. But you're in an ancient place, imbued and built on powerful magic. The body is nowhere near as far along as decayed as it should be
that's cool.
for being down there as long as it was, especially right next to a source of water.
Badass. I like that. That's fantastic. Yeah, because I would, man, like, it's so miserable to think of someone so honorable and good as Bandel Dayton just, having his body left out in the cold like that, and to just rot like that. That sickens me as a player. As much as it would
Jeff.
sicken Zosa.
Then I have done
no,
my
no.
job.
No, but that's the thing. No, this is what I love the most about a TPK, is because we had a
The after effect.
responsibility. We had a responsibility to stay alive, and this is what happens. We lose all those rights. Our bodies are rotten. He could have been reanimated by the wizard. Now we're fighting like a zombie of Loco. Like, all kinds of horrible things happen when a TPK is unleashed. And but I love that idea.
The bad guy gets Black Razor. Yeah, bad things can happen.
And then another player dies as a result. Like, and that's all because we failed in surviving. It's so, that's what I love the most about TPKs, is the after effects.
So after Verm read the note, he'd pass it to Zosa.
Passes it to
read,
Zosa.
and that's in the
Zosa,
notes tab if you want to read it.
yeah. Zosa will read the note, and then between her and Clipper and the other cleric Rowan, all are able to discern that there is a kind of embedded underneath of the written language of the note itself is divine glyphs and markings of a strange ink that begin to glow as soon as you all start to examine it, and you all recognize it as a form of a gentle repose spell, because you can read that and know what that spell is. And it doesn't really matter because we're just kind of skimming over things. One of you all, and you go to cast it over Band-Aid's body, and you start to see this like warm greenish glow kind of envelop the body of his form on the ground. And instead of just fading away or just dissipating like you're used to seeing divine magics do, you see it kind of start to fade just slightly, and then it kind of, at first it looks like it starts to crackle and break apart, and then it just up in the air. At first it looks like kind of strange green confetti falling back down to the ground and disappearing before it touches. But you lean in and you start to notice it's like small green leaves that just, the closer they get to the ground, they just become more translucent until they're just gone. And that right there is where we will take a quick 5-minute bio break, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that has to pee. So that being said, the whole card, again, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you all swinging by and continuing to watch this retconning shenaniganry. It's fun to watch. I haven't done anything all session really, so it's great. I love it. These are my favorite ones. I just get to sit back and watch. But anyway, yes.
Popcorn.
Yeah, get the popcorn pretty much. We will be back here in just a few moments. I'm going to go ahead and hit the intermission video. We'll have some funny clips up in the corner, and in the, I guess the main viewing area, if you will, of the screen will be our streaming schedule for the week. So you all will be able to see what programming we have going on. So anyway, we'll be back here in just a few moments, and we hope everybody sticks around.
See you soon.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Now it's showtime, folks. And you can be sure it's the best show in town. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Who's setting up shop? We got a cleric paladin who is also setting up shop. We're gonna call our consortium Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. We don't sell hats.
Is we don't sell hats part of the name?
No, I just thought I'd clarify.
I like it better if it was part of the name. Yeah, me too.
Oh,
that would be very funny.
I'm the head of it, so like we could add that to the name.
We will then. We're gonna have shirts made. I gotta get their portraits all put together, and we're gonna have merchandise.
Oh my god!
This is gonna be awesome.
Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. Parentheses. We don't sell hats.
I would buy one of those shirts.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
They don't really apply to level 0 characters.
They don't? Okay. All right. So then I won't grab them. I thought that crit might be that extra one. Okay. So here's the regular damage. Oh, say good night, Francis. Oh, that's Chip. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Chip.
Suck it, Chip.
Whoops. I thought
I'm sorry, sir. This is a private mountain.
But I only wanted
This mountain is reserved for patrons.
But
it's a supply depot for all sorts of good things, which people can get at the snack bar. Like soft drinks, candy bars of all kinds, delicious popcorn, and refreshing ice cream treats.
But I am a patron.
Well, why didn't you say so? Be our guest.
Through, and you're kind of at a point where you can't really wedge your way in there anymore. You're like,
here, boy. Here, boy. Come. Here, boy. You can do it. Come on.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those. And 1 of those. And 5 bars of these. And a cup
coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white puffy material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
I'm terribly sorry. Bjorn, you explode, and in your place is a sweet roll.
Nice. I've always done it.
Hello there. Give the demonstration of my new invention, the goodies machine. The machine turns out delicious hot doggies one after the other. And thirst-quenching sodas also. Gives popcorn of the most tasty kind, plain unbuttered. Candy too, crunchy and dandy. Steaming hot coffee and ice cream too. These goodies are at our snack bar, just waiting for you.
Private messenger. And do you know how to do that in Facebook? I mean, in Facebook, whatever. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
At least Facebook is still around
Wow.
hundreds of years into the future.
Why mess with a good thing?
Go ahead and
right?
clip that one, guys. You can send that one to me later, too. Thanks a lot.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Ah, there, and I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Anything that's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, no.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Brass knuckles he's wearing, and the creature just.
How did the creature go?
One more time?
What? One more time?
No, that was it.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed, you gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Get with it, man, start strolling down to the sweets that set you rolling, the best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means the confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff, give me 5, let me send you into this nutty jive. Go, man, go! It ain't very far. Shake it on down to this cool snack bar. Come on, Jill, give us a treat. A friendly pepper-upper with a tasty beat.
Drink Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, 'cause it never lets you down.
Frosty, man, frosty.
People, we might be able to take care of that. I
I'm
understand.
gonna sing the doom song now.
Oh, God.
Doom, 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 da doom, doom, da doom, da doom, doom, da doom, 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 da doom, doom, da doom, doom. Doomy, 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 doom, doom, doom. The end.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown, couched in a soft bun, and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent when you get one at our refreshment stand.
Happen, let me see. Is there a deception check for a horse? Does a horse have a... Ooh, it's going for the...
Deception for a horse?
Yeah, a horse
I
has got
love it.
deception. So the horse goes up and you see it. It's looking a brief second. It looks at the plant like maybe, you know, it's something even tastier. But then it sticks out his tongue and and it pulls back, and then it backs up. It's got the sugar cube in its mouth, and its eyes go boing, as his eyes just go, and it starts woo, and it starts bucking, and and it just and he was looking at something in his hand, and he is standing up, and he grunts out, "Who the F are you? What are you doing here?"
Housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
Oh my god.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
She had red whelps, and skin was looking all grotesque and all that, and she let out a little bit of a mumbled roar, leveled the gun at everybody in the room there, and that was where we cut last week. So that was where we'll pick up the action now, unless there are any questions or anything else that the group would like to add.
I have a question.
Please ask away.
What is a mumble roar?
Mumble roar.
Settle back now, content, comfortable, well-fed, and ready for some fine entertainment. Is everybody happy? Then let's go. It's showtime.
All right, perfect time to come back to.
My beef.
My beef. Hello, everybody. We have returned.
Go ahead, Loco. Say it. I hate you, Duff.
Yeah, I hate you.
Guys, I just want to say I'm really proud of the way we've handled our penis today.
I am too.
Oh God.
Very mature.
A whole lot of our penis, and we handled it well.
So many people and so much our penis is going on at the same time.
Yeah, so much our penis. Never enough.
I'd like to personally apologize to all 17 viewers.
God, we are such children. I swear to God.
Shouldn't apologize to your mom.
You all hear a meteor swarm start to fall in this room.
We're in a dungeon.
Yeah,
I know.
We can't do that.
That's the crazy thing about it.
I know. It's so strange. It's like there's no sky nearby. Where the hell did they come from?
There's also no
I'll
save.
that Camilla appears and saves the party.
There's also no save.
Yeah.
There's a save. DC 40. Good luck.
Take 120 damage, no save.
You just take it.
You take the damage.
Did you guys just see the picture that popped up on the street?
Yeah, karma.
Karma. Boom. It's like, bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Okay, Master Woodchip.
That had to be tough, right? That was tough.
That was
of course.
No, that was Zosa and
it was
Visman
forward.
fighting.
Yeah. Wham, puh, ah. Anyway, yes. Band-Aid's lifeless body has had gentle repose cast upon it.
F's in chat.
F's in chat again.
Some chat, pay respect, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zosa thanks the caster. Who's that? Clipper?
One of the clerics. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them.
It's me.
That was beautiful. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for coming with us. And she's lost for words. She's got this grim look on her face. All of the hopefulness and exuberance that she showed before, up on the surface, like it's all gone right now. She's just a very grim, gaunt look. Not even determination. She's just very heartbroken.
Clipper will just Clipper. How tall is Zosa actually?
Not very tall, probably like 5'8".
Okay,
Visman
yeah,
was
way
like
taller,
5'4".
way taller than Clipper. Clipper is a small bird boy.
Mhm.
Clipper is like 4'10". He'll like stand up on it like his little tippy talons and like pat your shoulder. Doesn't say anything. Just like pat, and then steps back a little bit. Like they're there, but without saying anything.
Mm-hmm. Zosa's kind of in her own world right now.
I don't know if at this point this is where Judas kind of is taking a lot of interest, trying to hide it, but looking at the body of Band-Aid.
Yep.
Not doing so well.
Oh right.
Yep.
Can I did I insight check this last game?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we did. And it seemed like he was.
You can do it again. Doesn't matter. I don't think. It's up to Duff. I mean, not Duff. Sorry.
Duff.
Oh, wow.
What Duff?
Damn you,
Wow.
Duff.
I mean, if he wants to just jump in here and start interviewing.
You see
Judas. Judas, how many hit points do you have?
Oh,
Less than 100.
None now.
oh come on. We were just talking about Duff. He gets a pass.
You get hit with power word Duff.
Power word Duff.
Power word Praetor. You get hit with that power word Praetor, man. You don't know what hit you.
It's almost as bad as that dang old turkey bread.
And that damn old turkey bread from over on the damn old Pirate Island, man. It'll taste real good, man. You just take a big old bite, man. You just feel that turkey juice just running all over down your beard. And you're just,
I don't know if that was necessary.
Not a single bit.
God.
Inside joke from Wednesday game. Anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now you don't need to re-roll all that stuff. We've already kind of established that. You're.
Okay, sorry, I forgot about that part.
No, you're fine. Yeah, you notice that Judas is just unusually transfixed on the body of Band-Aid on the floor. Clipper definitely notices it with great ease, and kind of began to interrogate. Not interrogate per se, more question it, and it seemed that whatever Judas had to say in retort was truthful as far as you could tell.
And as well, he's kind of like touching his neck just a little bit. He kind of like makes this look like, no. And as he's, no. You can't hear him say anything, but that's kind of what you see.
You know, like a subtle shake of the head without saying anything.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
And Zosa, Verm did take off the scarf that Band-Aid always wore, and there is a 1-inch hairless, where there is no hair, that goes from ear to ear, a scar, 1 inch across, and that is evidently the reason why he wore this scarf.
And Verm is currently wearing it.
Oh, really?
Can I just table talk say how sad I am about Band-Aid?
Yeah,
If I
that's
haven't
really sad.
already
The worst
done
part
so.
is the note was like directed to me too.
Verm, did you
Would you
happen...
like me to read it again?
No, I don't want to cry. I'm wearing
Hard
makeup.
pass. You were saying, Ben?
Like the audience cry a second week in a row. I don't think.
I'm perfectly fine with that. If Band-Aid wants to read the note again, I'm perfectly cool with that.
I was just kidding. Sorry.
Loco just wants to torture me. It's fine.
Get your hopes up.
Because I mean, I do sometimes. I do the same thing with Davros' letter. So yeah.
Stop it.
I get it.
Right
I get it.
Verm has the scarf and the holy symbol that he used as his arcane focus.
It was like a
Yes,
stone
necklace,
of
yeah,
some
or
kind.
blue stone. In your hands, Verm, it's probably, I don't know, it probably hangs over your hand 3 or 4 inches on each side, but on Band-Aid, it looks like, I don't know.
A
maybe about
regular,
this big. Yeah, a regular amulet.
Yeah.
Stuff into Toby's mouth.
No. This he already has a gold coin in there.
I think
What do we-
Zosa had the privilege of knowing a bit more about Bandel's backstory. I think Zosa is aware of the cut and the scar, and a bit of the. I think Zosa knows what happened. I don't really remember exactly. It's been a long time, but that conversation happened in the tomb of Durgadin, the dwarven metalworker, or the
He never let you know exactly what happened. He told you it was some kind of a encounter, but he never, as a child, but he never lets you know exactly what it does. And in the letter that Band-Aid left behind, he leaves a name of a woman who does know the complete story.
Okay. And
excuse me.
It's at that same location in the previous mountain adventure where you removed some of your robes in order to try to consecrate that area.
Yes.
Because it had been corrupted and cursed with undeath.
Yep.
So Zosa got to see some of those scars and something else on your back, like incantations, perhaps.
Yeah, and it's a brand that was on his front and his back. The hair had never grew back as well. That's also in the letter. Well, it's
if
at least what you would see is in the letter. I also translate it. If you ever get it translated, that's not really to be known, but I put it in there just for the heck of it.
If you go to the notes tab, it's all notes there, word for word.
Zosa and Verm, give me intelligence checks in the tower, please.
Certainly.
I'm good at those.
No, you're not.
This is a raw intelligence check.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. Carry on.
Not to mention, in the doppelganger fight that happened a while ago, too, there was a person that was represented by the doppelganger that Band-Aid had like a personal interaction with, and that he vanquished that person. We don't know exactly how the two correlate, but we saw a little bit face-to-face of what that person looked like.
I don't think I got to play that session. I think I missed that session.
Maybe.
Yeah, but your character was there though.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to fill in some gaps here. I don't think Zosa would particularly take note of Judas unless Judas was attempting to draw attention to himself. How close was he to Bandel's body when he made his...
He's across, what is that, 10, 15, 20 feet?
Yeah,
maybe.
he's like 20-ish plus feet away from the body, but he's just like staring at it intently.
He's leaning against the wall, right?
Yeah.
Loco? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it. I don't think Zosa will notice.
She's kind of overcome with emotion and grief at the moment.
Yeah.
So, who searched the body of Bandel Daden?
Verm.
Was it just Verm?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could say you did too, but
I don't think Zosa did. She didn't search the body at all. She just mourned him. Did anyone else search the body?
No.
All right. Verm, you find another letter. This one is it was inside of an envelope stamped with red wax with the symbol of Helm, which is like a fist or a gauntlet.
That seal was broken.
And the seal is broken.
If you find it, yeah.
I'll kind of look to Zosa. I'll look down at my hands where the note is.
Zosa has at this point walked away.
Oh.
Just sort of just kind of thinking to herself,
I
surveying.
light it on fire. No.
the head.
RP down the drain.
Will you light it on fire?
I'll read it.
It spontaneously combusts, so that's it.
Fireball.
No.
A red bead falls to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh God.
This letter.
Ideas.
His letter is covered from top to bottom with text that has been written in 2 different hands. That much you can immediately tell. One set of text has been written in a thin Elvish script. But this text, it appears almost translucent, seems to have almost completely faded. You can barely read it. And over top of this text is a second set of text. It's been superimposed. It's written by a clearly a different hand, a much sharper hand. And there's a lot more text than the original letter. Can you make an Arcana check for me?
I'm good at those.
Are you?
Just for fun. Ooh. Okay. You deduce, after looking at this letter for a moment, that this letter had been the subject of a spell that has long since expired. And since the spell has expired, it has revealed this second set of text. And it reads like this. My dearest Bandal Daden, firstly, I would like to extend to you my most humble and earnest greetings and salutations. I have been observing your work from afar, and I must say that I am truly impressed with your body of work. Your masterful curative talents are only outshone and enhanced by your preeminent moral compass. I wish I had the ability to display such ethical composure in the face of such compromised diplomatic tapestries as the one your party is currently embroiled. And I would like to reassure you that I mean you and yours no harm or ill will. In this communication and in these efforts which I bring to bear now, I am merely an interested third party. Please consider me to be a simple messenger, and moreover, a not so distant admirer of yours in particular. As to the matter at hand, allow me to elucidate my interests. I am working on behalf of a formidable entity that has taken quite an interest in your quest. Ah yes, Mr. Daden, I am familiar with your quest for a blackened blade. But my employer is not seeking the same blackened blade as yours. No, luckily for you, my employer is seeking a much more mundane artifact of power. It is a great sword known only as the Black Razor. That item is of incalculable interest to me and mine. This is the part where I must impose upon you my demand. I have but one simple request. You must ensure that the weapon known as Black Razor escapes from the confines of White Plume Mountain in the care of either one Vismund Sigrador or one Talmir Verna. See attached. I suppose Mr. Verna would be a more suitable candidate given his prodigious physique, although Mr. Sigrador has surprised me in the past. You had better take care, Mr. Daden, or he may surprise you as well. To clarify the nature of my association with Mr. Verna and Mr. Sigrador, Talmir and his disciple Vismund have no idea that I exist. But if they did, they would be quite pleased, and they would sleep better at night. I want to make it clear that this is not a one-sided demand issued from the mouth of some roguish bully. This is more of a business arrangement I am constructing between myself and yourself. I'm completely willing to render certain services to you and your party once the Black Razor has been extracted from the mountain. I can be quite a valuable ally. Among other things, I am willing to sponsor the full and fair resurrection of your fallen friends, Yenia Arca, and the bugbear mercenary known to you as Borg. I can also guarantee the complete removal of Vismund and Talmir from your lives, as their parts will have been fully played out. And my instinct about those two tells me you will find this option to be rather tantalizing. But be warned, Mr. Daden. I must strongly encourage you from standing in the way of my desires. If you are thinking of thwarting or ignoring my request, let me apprise you of one important detail. The well-being of your friend, Zosa Mosbeki, is solely hinged upon your performance. Please understand that I truly wish you and yours no harm whatsoever. And by all the salt within me do I swear to you that your companion is currently being held in the very best of care. Indeed, she anxiously awaits your safe and happy return. This letter, this proposal, is just a professional courtesy that I am extending to you to notify you that I have taken out some insurance, strengthen my stake in the deal. Mr. Dayton, I shall now sign off and bid you a safe and happy journey. Thank you in advance for your consideration of my request, and I eagerly await the results of your efforts. When the time comes for us to communicate again, you may inquire for me at the Yawning Portal on the 3rd floor landing at the last table on the left. Sincerely yours, Mr. Tethys. P.S. Zosa has implied to me that she rather treasured her lucky pendant and dagger, but I had to arrange for those to be given to Mr. Sigrador in order to sweeten the deal regarding his involvement in your party. He has quite a stubborn stain to him. Please ensure that those items are not lost to the mountain. I am certain that Miss Mosbeki would like them back when this is all over. And that's all it says.
I jump off a cliff because I don't want to deal with this shit. No, just no.
The plot
I will.
thickens.
I will put the letter back in the envelope that it came in. I'm gonna put it in one of the bag of holdings.
Okay.
And we will touch up on this later. Verm is going to kind of look towards Zosa and anything seem different about her? Like, or does she seem like the same?
Honestly, she does not seem the same. The last time you saw Zosa acting the way she's acting now is shortly after she was killed by a dragon. The remarkable one-hit wonder,
Yeah.
the almost maximum possible damage to instantaneously kill her before the combat even began.
God,
She
yeah, I
got
remember
liquidated
that.
and brought back to life with just like 2 rounds to spare in the midst of a dragon fight. It's truly remarkable that Zosa's here at all, you know. But in the wake of that, she had a crisis of faith, a crisis of mortality. It kind of led her to be a little bit delusional for a while, thinking that you know, she and hers are immortals and are destined to survive no matter what. And then going through Chult kind of broke her of that notion. She just got sick of it and took some time off adventuring, and now she's broken all over again. You know, now that she chose to not go with the party, all of this death and chaos has reigned. It might not have been that way if she had been here. So she's dealing with another crisis.
Okay.
All right.
I will
Go ahead.
wrap Bandit up in ceremonial clothes that he has on him.
Okay.
I will put his whole body in the bag of no.
Yeah.
No.
We'll chop him
That's
up into
horrible.
pieces.
No.
It's
I
the
don't-
only way to transport him safely.
I mean,
You can put him
Yeah.
back together on the other side.
I mean, maybe.
there's a Papa Roach joke here somewhere.
Is there?
It is the last resort.
Jesus Christ.
And you will,
End
you will wrap
scene.
Band-Aid up in
Blackout.
ceremonial
We're just laughing.
ceremonial blankets, and he'll put them in a corner of the room. And at this point, I feel like after fighting, as soon as we got released from being prisoners, the exhaustion's starting to set in,
Now we get our long rest.
and things are starting to kind of make more sense and take more of a toll on Verm after what has happened.
All right. Yeah, you all some of you all definitely start to feel the effects of exhaustion starting to set in.
But not me, right?
Oh, you weren't captured.
Because I'm a spry little burb.
You're a burb.
I'm a burb. I'm immortal. It's canon.
We thought we were too.
That's fair.
Yeah, a lot of people thought the same thing. So you all make your... You don't even spend a whole lot of effort just, making like a quick camp here in this room to get some much needed rest. And it's about this time that Clipper found the secret magical door.
Yeah, adventure.
Adventure. So does anybody do anything during and or before the long rest? Because if not, we'll just kind of skip forward a little bit.
Me and Zilsa are gonna have a very needed talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, okay.
During everyone is asleep, yes, Judas will do something.
Kill the party. Got it.
Whoa.
Zosa wants to reclaim her luck stone and the dagger of warning and attune to them over the course of an hour.
Okay.
Zosa is worried that Visman is lurking around any corner. She wants to talk with Verm, and she wants to bring in Inquisitor Enoth to talk about what is the Black Razor specifically, and why did Visman want it, and what's up with Visman. Like, she wants to have that whole conversation. Like, what is his deal? Why is he such an asshole? How is he even here? Because in Zosa's mind, she hasn't even thought about him in weeks and weeks.
I don't think did Arcast cast Identify on that before he got
Black
Razor? Yeah.
He did detect magic, but he didn't have Identify.
Right.
That's the reason why it's still a
Nightheart Gaming. Thank you for the raid, Frank and Ann. How are you all doing? Long time no see. Welcome. We're still taking care of the aftermath of a TPK that we had, so that's always fun. So
thanks to the sponsor TPK Games. No.
Hey. Anyway, carry on.
Subtle plug.
Verm, over the time of talking about the Black Razor, will speak about his time picking up Black Razor and hearing a voice pop into his head. And that the voice told him to give the sword souls so that it could feed and be full.
And where is it now, Verm? Where is this evil sword?
Someplace safe.
Good. Keep it there. Will you be leaving it here? In this mountain?
No.
If anything, we should safeguard it.
I believe this is the sword we've been searching for.
I don't give a damn about the quest anymore. To hell with the blackened swords.
I'm not saying that, but we need to have a talk after this, and I'm sorry, Enoth, but you don't need to be a part of this conversation.
Very well, I was simply here to discuss the properties of the blade. I don't want any involvement in your private affairs.
We should destroy it if we can, and if not, we should turn it over to the clergy for safekeeping or destruction, as I have done with other magic items in the past.
I agree entirely. The blade radiates an evil presence. It grants the user far too much power.
Enoth, you will notice that this particular item does not actually emanate any type of evil about it.
Oh. Oh, okay. Never mind what I said.
It's not so much evil, it's more of self-gain.
There is cruelty manifested.
Well, if Enoth wants to say it's evil because he thinks it's evil, then that's
by
what
all
he's gonna
means.
say.
Yeah.
Because he's an inquisitor.
Verm will say, I don't think its essence is evil, but I don't think it's good either. I think it wants whatever it wants by any means possible.
Then we should make sure that it gets nothing.
That's why it's in a safe place right now.
She nods. She's very resolute.
Enoth,
Goblin.
do you know the Dispel Magic spell?
His name is Verm, Sir Enoth, and he is my friend.
Very well. Verm. I have heard of this spell. It would perhaps take me some time to prepare it.
Like a day when we wake up, or
I'll see what I can do.
let me know if you can prepare that.
As for you, Zosa, I'm sorry about your friend. He seemed an honest sort. Like a good traveling companion. Gone too soon. May his gods watch over him in death. I'll leave you two to discuss in private. And you see him march back over to his brother.
Zosa remains silent.
Verm is going to ask for Zosa and him to leave the room.
Zosa sits up and looks around. She sees, presumably, that the only way out of the room is to swim through a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
There is a hole in the wall with water flowing out of it in a singular direction at the north corner and the south below you, and also Clipper has found a secret magical door.
Secret.
Verm will take Zosa to the corner of the room where the opposite of where the party is resting at. And
Okay.
He's gonna pull out this envelope in the bag of holding. And he kinda has one hand on his rapier, too. And he's gonna say, I need some answers. He's gonna hand you the letter.
Zosa will get down on one knee because you're speaking quietly. Feel free to make an insight check preemptively if you want. Go ahead and give me that roll.
Nope. I rolled a 7.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, this is why you're being so cautious, because you just can't tell. You can't get a read in her
Verm
emotional state.
Verm also does trust you.
Yeah. I mean, well, see, that's honestly, if that was gonna give you some kind of mechanical thing, it might even give you disadvantage because you naturally trust her.
Well, let me roll again to see if I roll a natural 1. Nope.
No, I won't impose disadvantage. No, but Zosa doesn't have anything to roll. She's preemptively speaking. If it's a 7 or a 17, you don't get any. With a 7, you can't really gauge her emotional state other than just being overwhelmed with the day. If it was a 17, you can generally tell that she's not really trying to hide anything. And when she sees the letter, she doesn't really know what she's looking at. She'll take it from you and she'll see the broken wax and just kind of piece it together in front of you, and her eyes will flicker up to you and back down, and she'll say, what is this? This is the crest of hell.
Lord
And then she'll open
Gosumba,
it up.
thank you for the resub.
She'll
How
unfurl
are
the
you, my
paper.
friend?
And she'll start looking.
As you're reading it, Vern would say, it seems that there was some sort of spell or something arcane written on the top of this paper. However, it was used, and I don't understand what was used. But
Zosa, not being an arcane caster, she agrees with you, but she doesn't know what the spell would be. I don't think she'd be able to identify it.
Yeah.
But she like, it's like almost like comparing notes. She's like holds it in front of you and she's pointing like, yes, so you see here, this text is faded. Seems to have the ink soaked up the paper. What? And she starts reading, and she's kind of reading both lines of text at the same time. The first faded lines of text. This is the letter from Zosa. Or at least that's what we thought. Zosa is starting to like read it, and she says, I never wrote this. I never wrote this. And she's holding the paper closer, and she's like, I would never say this about him, about Vismand. He was a jerk. He was a prick. He was being selfish. He was asking about money. He had no care for saving lives or doing honorable things. I very quickly dismissed him. I feel like this is one of his tricks. And then she goes on to start reading the other letter, which is superimposed over the faded text. Takes her a bit of time to read it. She gets down towards the bottom, and her eyes are just widening, and she's reading faster and more frantically. She gets to the end, and she just like sets the paper down. She sits back on her butt, just off of her one knee, and there's this look of confusion. She has no words. She's like, a couple weeks ago, I woke up one morning, and my pendant was gone, and this dagger, and now they are here in this mountain. We need to find that man, that vile tiefling. He must be interrogated. We must find out who these people are. We are being manipulated. This is why I say we carry off this quest. Do you trust me?
How much do you remember in the last month? Do you remember every single day?
Zosa considers this. Yes, I do.
Explicitly? Do you remember every day, every action you took?
You can see her eyes are searching. I mean, I don't recall anything out of the ordinary. I waited for your return. Weeks went by. And as he became more impatient, I began training. I spent some time with the clerics of Helm. I met Sir Enoth and his brother. I gained a level in fighter. Sorry, I had to.
And that's it.
Meta speak.
Yeah. And I became desperate, and I put together this group of people. Her eyes start wandering over the rest of the group. Her eyes linger on Judas for some reason.
He seems to be in a trance, and if you know anything about elves, then that's not unusual.
Well, I think Zosa is an elf.
Zosa being a half-elf, she knows. Yeah. But she's not even looking at you out of like hate or anything. She's just very curious. Very suspicious, but it feels like you are not a part of this. But she's looking anywhere for answers. Right now, she's just a flag flapping on top of a mountain with no direction, just being carried by the winds. You know, this is more information than she can even process. She's just exhausted, and she looks at Verm and she says, I do not know. I don't think I'm missing any time. Did you feel this confused when you were affected by the magic of being turned to stone? Do you have any memories of an altered self?
I don't believe I do. I think we were two separate entities, right, Jeff?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. This is Zosa asking.
Yeah, I know. I was just making sure for my answer. No. The only thing I remember is falling asleep and waking back up, which is what you described as what happened when you lost your item. You went to sleep one night and then you woke up and they were gone.
It seemed like a night like any other. I was staying in the Yawning Portal. I have standing rooms there.
It felt like a everyday day in a dungeon.
I spent plenty of time looking around my room, and I asked Mr. Durdan about it. He knew nothing. I reported them as lost, and later I reported them as stolen to the city guard in the castle ward. But nothing ever came up.
We can figure this out. However, we need to figure out what we're gonna do with this sword.
Your eyes squint. I would say leave it here, were it not for the presence of the tiefling.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Neither do I. We have no choice but to carry it with us. Keep it hidden inside your magic bag, where it can emanate no magic and affect no one. Hopefully. We must be ever vigilant.
Has Zos ever heard of the spell plane shift?
No way. No way.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Has Verm?
No.
I didn't think so. Does Verm know how a bag of holding actually works? Zosa might have the foggiest idea. Yeah, it's like you put the stuff in the bag and it's gone. And then you can get it later and magic. I think Zosa might have had it explained to her. Maybe she asked somebody once. Maybe Osric rattled on about it for a while. About, oh yeah, it's an extra dimensional space, blah, 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 blah. You know, for Zosa, it's just a wash of noise. She doesn't really know how it works. She knows there are other planes.
Yeah, throw it in a portable hole for a one-way ticket to hell.
There's things we must do that take priority over the current issues at hand, and that is putting Band-Aid to rest.
I absolutely agree. I want to get his body out of here and give him a proper burial. If we can take him.
In the meantime, or after this is finished, it might be best to do research into who this was taken from.
Zosa looks at the letter again. We cannot trust anyone, it seems. I do not even know if we should go back to the Yawning Portal. It is obvious we are being watched. I am being watched. Whether this sword is the item that your employer is searching for or not, It is drawing so much undue attention and causing chaos in our lives. It is causing the death of our friends and bringing such unsavory characters into our midst. And she glances again towards Judas and then just into the middle distance as she thinks about Visman's wretched face for a moment. I cannot allow this to stand any longer. We will find a way to destroy it if we can, or lock it away forever. We can do research if we like, but we must protect ourselves from surveillance and manipulation.
There is somebody we know that deals with these sort of artifacts. They've hired us before. They seem to have an understanding of things in this world that should not be possessed by anybody. However, I don't trust them now. But,
you are
it might not be bad to start there.
You are talking about the haberdashery.
I'm talking about Camilla.
And Zosa's eyes widen, and she nods. Do you have a way of getting in touch with her?
I don't think it'll be too hard.
And Verm looks over to Clipper.
You son of a bitch, I know you know. Well, speaking of which, Clipper said in a very familiar voice a sentence.
This is true. This is true.
In which
That's
I
canon.
recognized as Camilla.
That is canon, yes.
Caw.
Do I trust Clipper?
Clipper takes off the mask. It's Camilla.
Yeah.
It's Camilla.
Camilla the whole time.
Caw, dear.
That's what I was thinking.
Caw,
really-
my
she's-
darlings.
Yeah.
Oh, darling.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That would be dope. Is that a thing?
Only
either
the DM would allow it. Jesus.
yeah,
Only the
either
DM would allow it.
either that or you'll look back and Clipper's just like starts posture changes, mask comes off. Camilla's just standing there going, well, it's about time you all finally figured it out for yourself.
If only, right?
Yeah.
You know, since Verm did hear that last session, you could ask Clipper about it.
Yeah, or I could just try to find her.
That's yeah.
I think she did leave us with contact information or something saying like she'll just meet us at Durnan's.
I believe one of the last things she said to the party was that if you need her, she will know. And she'll find
we
you.
needed you 3 sessions ago. What the hell?
if you really need her, she will know.
Really
need her.
God, like what's a more needy situation than a total party kill?
That's what I said to Bash, but that's behind the curtain stuff.
Behind the curtain.
We have a scene where we're watching this horrible fight. Yeah, and everyone is dying. Sir Bluto's killing everybody, and then it cuts to Zosa and Camilla just laughing over wine.
Yeah.
Just, like completely just BSing, and Camilla's like, "Hang on a second. That's nothing."
No, it's fine. I just have a migraine. It's no big deal. You know, that does bring up a point. Zosa and Camilla never really got to talk.
Yeah, I know.
But that would be funny.
She showed up at the end of the adventure where you guys did your crazy dungeon with.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the orb.
Yeah.
One
Jack
of
Skellington.
several. Yes. Halloween, spookiness.
Headless Horseman. This is Halloween. Yeah, that battle.
This is Halloween.
Vern will look to Zosa and say, I don't know if we can trust the rest of the party.
Zosa looks across them and she says, I know I can trust Sir Enoth. I can feel it within him.
But what if
he has been a guiding light for me?
What if he's being controlled? What if he isn't himself right now? What if any of us could be manipulated at any point to be doing things?
Zosa thinks for a moment, and she mutters a small prayer. And a small light bulb goes off in her head, and she has an idea. And she looks at Verm, and she kind of like thinks to make sure it'll work, and she nods her head. She says, "I think I have an idea."
Don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, that might be the perfect time to cut the session.
Oh, are we at time already?
Not yet.
Yeah. Oh.
Unless one more actor has something to do.
Everybody, imagine after this is all taking place, kind of beds down for the night. Except for Judas, who is an elfie boy and doesn't sleep, he trances for 4 hours. Judas, you come out of your trance.
Judas, his eyes flicker open, and he looks about the room, noticing everyone is asleep. He rises silently, walks over to where the body of Band-Aid is, and kneels down next to Band-Aid on one knee. And whether it's heard or not, it shouldn't be, because everybody is asleep unless it's subconscious. He almost, without being heard, whispers, "Well, hello, boy. Fancy meeting you here again. It's been a long time, hasn't it? You know, it's just as well if we ever met again. I don't think you'd be too kindly to me." Well, we don't have to worry about that anymore, do we? Well, as they say, rest. And he silently steps up, and he walks back to his corner, sits down with his legs crossed, and begins sharpening his 2 daggers.
All right. And that is where we will hold until next week's session. Dun dun dun.
I love
I didn't
it.
think Ben was gonna drop that shit on me.
I love everything about it.
You should have known better.
God damn it, Ben! I wish you weren't here. No.
I was trying to drop this. I was trying to drop this on Loco.
Yeah.
All right. Also, during that, Zerathon, thanks for the resub. I didn't want to interrupt the ending moment there. Yeah. So, again, thanks to Raiders, the whole card in Nightheart Gaming for swinging by. Always good to see you all. And any follows and subs and resubs. Again, thank you. We greatly appreciate it. But this isn't the only programming we have here on this channel. I'll go ahead and go over our programming list. All times that I will be saying are in Central Standard Time. Mondays we have Stormlord's Wrath with DM Sammy. He's Lone Wolf Gaming over there on your screen, playing Acolyte Rowan in this game. That is a live stream, YouTube exclusive. That starts at 8 Central. And also at the same night on our Twitch channel here, the website you're on right now, we have Storm King's Thunder with DM Esquire, also known as Seth or Kevin MTG. Esquire. That starts at 7 Central. Tuesdays, excuse me, we have Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I believe they are pretty much right towards the end of that one. That is with DM Lord Praetor himself, Duff 563, and that starts at that starts
for
at
like a month now.
That starts at 7:30 Central. Wednesdays we have the Tales of the Sanguine Isles with our good friend Mech45, who was previously on this game for a little bit. That starts at 8 Central. That is a homebrew game, like 99% of it. Thursdays, you already know it's Tales from the Yawning Portal. Here, I'm Kingbashman, but yeah, anyway, that starts at 8 Central. Fridays, not this Friday, but usually on Fridays, we have Tomb of Annihilation with DM Mandy. That starts at 8 Central here on the Twitch. Saturdays, we have Rise Up Against the Slave Lords with Lord Praetor himself, DM Duff 563. And that is, I forgot to mention, Storm King's Thunder with DM Esquire is one of our all-female campaigns. Rise Up Against the Slave Lords with Lord Praetor is the other one. He's the one who decided to subject himself to that torture. For him, it's entertaining for everybody else. It's entertaining for everyone else.
Hashtag hot toddies for life. Let's go.
Yep. That starts at 9 Central on Saturday here on Twitch. Sundays right now we have no programming as of now. If anything can change. Non-stream shows we have. It used to be a limited run, and then they decided to just keep playing it. So now it's just a full campaign. That is our Savage Worlds East Texas University game with DM Eric B. That is exclusively uploaded to YouTube. It is not live streamed. It is pre-recorded, edited in post, and then uploaded to YouTube. So if you want to check that out, or check out Sammy's Stormlord's Wrath game while it's live, or any sessions or content you've missed previously, go check out the YouTube. We also have an upcoming subs only game that is
the
DM
24th.
25th.
25th. I can't do numbers.
Numbers are hard.
I'll be DMing
Never do
that
numbers
game.
on video.
If you subscribe to the channel, I will be DMing that game. If you are currently a sub to this channel, you are eligible to join up. It is Sunday, July 25th. We are doing Mandy's Mystery Dungeon of Doom. It's the same module I ran for our Gamers for Giving charity stream earlier this year. Right?
Yeah.
What is time?
Yeah,
What
I
is time?
was going to play in that, but I had to run other games too, so I didn't play.
Yeah. And that will be happening at, I believe the time was
5 Central.
5 o'clock Central? Yeah, 5 o'clock Central.
5 Central. As far as I know, spots are still open for subscribers, so make sure your Twitch and Discord accounts are linked. That way you'll get access to the subscriber only channel where you can find out more information and the signups. Otherwise, message Mandy for details, because I don't know anything about it.
If anybody has questions, feel free to message me here on Twitch or on the Discord server. I'm available.
Also, the channel officially has sponsors, guys. Yeah. One of them is The Druid's Den, your place for magical supplies and apothecary needs. Their website, www.thedruidsden.com. Support Mama Prater's newest endeavor. It is a very nice website. I've ordered some stuff on there, and it's really cool stuff. Definitely check it out. It's got incense, it's got candles, it's got teas, it's got a whole bunch of stuff. Like, just go check it out. It's awesome. I think it might be this one.
You spelled
it might be true. I was gonna say.
Whatever.
And also our other sponsor. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Our other sponsor, is one that unfortunately my players are familiar with because they sponsored several of our sessions before. It's Total Party Kill Games. Creators of dark fantasy Dungeons and Dragons compatible products plus hilarious card games and more. You can find them at www.totalpartykill.games and check out their latest releases of products and books. That being said, next month, literally next month, is Prater's or Duff's birthday giveaway bash week, whatever it is that he's calling it.
Birthday extravaganza.
Yeah, there you go. He does it every year. He gives away a bunch of stuff all week long. It's a lot of fun. There will be a lot of
Sorry.
there will be a lot of items being given away from Total Party Kill Games, and yeah, I mean, I know the guys that run the place really well. They're good friends, and they have awesome stuff. Go check them out. Tell them we sent you, and make sure to give them hell if and or when you finally go back to conventions again, when those start happening fully as the new norm. And you come across Brian, I see this guy at every convention, Berg. Make sure you tell him about your character's backstory. He loves to hear it. That being said, guys, it's a great session. I didn't have to do a damn thing, really. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
That being said,
no nat 20s.
Yeah.
No, not
Well, on our part there were.
Wow, I didn't roll anything, so
But yeah, that's okay.
yeah, I didn't roll shit. Do you guys have anything you want to plug or say before we hit the outro and call it a night?
TPK games make really good dice.
They
Yes,
really
they
do. I am going to be on the Lord Gasimba channel this Sunday.
Oh, yeah,
I'll be
that's
getting
right.
interviewed as a female DM in the TTRPG community. So if you want to learn a little bit more about me and my DMing stuff, then tune in.
Yeah, I know it's what you and Time Lord's wife and Sidwee and I know there's another one, and I feel so bad for forgetting her name.
There's other names. I don't remember all of them.
Yeah,
There's a lot. It's at 7:30 Eastern time this Sunday, July 18th, on the Lord Gasimba channel. So definitely check that out. It's gonna be really fun.
And whenever it does go live, if you pay attention to the live streams channel in our Discord, you'll see the notification for that pop up too, in case you just lose track of time, like I always do. Yeah, Stella Luna. That's right. I think you're right, Duff. I feel so bad too that I couldn't remember her name.
That depends on her schedule. I think is the possibility.
Yeah,
there,
that's probably why I was. Yeah, anyway, but oh no, well, yeah, we will. I would say make sure to tune in tomorrow, but there's no game tomorrow, so.
Nope. Yes, there is. Don't say that.
Well, there's not.
Friday. I keep thinking today's Friday. I'm sorry. No, there's no game Friday. I'm thinking about Saturday.
Yeah,
Technically, today is Friday now.
Yeah, I mean, technically you're right, but there's no Friday game, so I mean, don't tune in Friday night, I guess.
Don't tune in Friday night. Next week.
I mean, you could watch a replay or something. Come say hi on Discord.
Maybe I'll force some of the guys on the channel to play Among Us.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, good.
I think we just did that.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
Visman sus.
Yawning Portal Among Us. Yeah.
Evented.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, Fort Worth Bell, you're right. You can spend your Friday and Friday night in between, with a lack of live gaming, with catching up on everything you missed on the YouTube channel. You could do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. A lot to watch in one day, though. Yeah.
It's a lot of Camilla content in that game.
There's a lot to unpack on all these campaigns. But anyway, I might be hopping into like one of the general chat channels. If anybody wants to hop into Discord and just chat about game stuff or have questions, blah 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 whatever.
Yes,
probably
join our
do
Discord
that.
server. It's a lot of fun. We're pretty active in there, so come say hi and we'll all hang out.
Yeah. That being said, I'm gonna shut up now and just hit the outro and then go hop into another Discord channel. So, everyone, thanks for watching. Players, thanks for playing and essentially giving me a freaking night off. That was great. I mean, I could have just walked away and just let you all run the show and came back in 3 hours. So
you just needed to host the stream pretty much.
yeah, pretty much.
That's
I mean,
it.
it's just like, when I help with producing other stuff, I'm just here.
Exactly.
But anyway,
GG's everybody.
yeah, GG, and we'll see you all next week. So, bye.
Bye-bye.
Night, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Be safe.
Bye bye.